It was good, everybody. It's your boy Kama. We back with another video, man. Yeah, man. Real quick, I wanted to tap in real quick. I mean, tonight is we just want to talk about various topics. Of course, tomorrow is two big games between the Rams and 49ers, and you got the Bengals and the Chiefs. Um, yeah, I want to touch on a couple of subjects, and as well as I'll be on for about half an hour, as well as topics with the concerning the Giants just hired a new coach. Giants just hired a new coach, new GM. The Washington football team about to have a new name in a couple of days. We kept all our coaches. Um, Eagles. There's a lot to talk about, man. So I'm gonna have a couple of guests in a few. But let's talk about it. How do I feel about us running back basically the same coaching staff? I mean, in a nutshell, um at first, we all fans at the end of the day. Sometimes you gotta take your emotions out of something and all that. I'll be lying to you if I tell you I wasn't down, so to speak, on Kellen Moore, whatever the case may be, right? I'd be lying to you if I told you I wasn't down on him. But I also be lying to you if I said there wasn't a lot of games I seen this year where he did some great things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do you do in that sense? Like, right? Do you harp on the bad? Does the good outweigh the bad? I mean, a lot of people will say the 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 bad outweighs the good because we lost in the championship game. I mean, playoff game. But me personally, I don't look at it like that. Like I look at it like we don't have the number one offense for 3 years, 3 years basically in a row, right? Has there been kinks? Yes. Has there been times when you just feel like just run the damn ball? Absolutely. Has there been times where it's like, yo, what the hell is you doing? Absolutely. But has there been times when it be like, yo, he calling the hell out of this game. Kellen Moore's a genius. Everybody calls him a genius. He's the new coaching hot coaching prospect and things of that nature. Yeah, we seen both sides, and that was what his third year as a coordinator. Hopefully he grows, man. Kyle Shanahan, who's in the championship game right now, um, we done seen him blow a 28-3 lead, not running the ball and all that, and he's right back. Like he's hopefully he grew as a coach, and you learn from your mistakes. So I mean, at this point, all we can do is hope that he learned from his mistakes, right? I mean, everybody didn't win the championship their first years as a coordinator. It doesn't happen like that all the time. So it is what it is. In terms of Dan Quinn, I have no problem with keeping Dan Quinn because Dan Quinn is um him having him a second year with the young weapons we got and the pieces we get, the pieces that we got and the pieces I know we'll be getting coming into this draft and whoever they try to like one thing I never question my team on is one thing I never question my team on is us us finding talent and adding talent to the roster. I feel like that's one thing that's like a given. So it's like why why if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? So I've never poo poo on that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all you want to be is I feel like all you want to be is you want to be in the dance, man. Like that's basically what it is. Every team that's been a playoff team, eh, especially football, especially sometimes be a playoff team for years before you finally break through. So. I mean, I'm not mad at trusting the process. Yeah, well, I do. Yeah, I mean, we got some big news that the goat potentially retiring today. What's your thoughts on
Yeah, they
that?
because they keep changing it.
Hmm.
Did you hear that they changed it? That he not retire?
Yeah, that he said he close to making the decision. Well, but the tweet came from his official account. He didn't like they didn't make that up because I seen the tweet my damn self because I follow him. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's like after seeing all the love, knowing the goat, he probably like, hold on, do I really want to walk away? Give me some time to think about it.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I don't know, like because after the report said that he was retiring, that his pops came out and was like, nah, that's not a go. So who who knows what's actually happening? We'll find out though,
Who did that? Do you
because he
think
still got to tell Tampa.
Giselle took his phone? Then Giselle took his phone and said, "Let me send this shit out." So
I don't know what happened. I don't know if he thought about it. Like I saw the other day, he said something about Kobe and about on the day that Kobe died. He was talking about that, and he was talking real retrospective about how um that affected him because he knew Kobe and Kobe's greatness, and for him to lose his life and lose his daughter, it makes him think that how short time is, and that he need to spend more time with his family. So he sounded like he was contemplating retiring, but you don't know until he actually retires.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel like he at this point, I think he got that at the point where he got a tug of war every off season. What should I do? What shouldn't I do? Like I feel like at this point he just wants some. You know what? I want to chill with the family, but because some people love, the greats love the grind of it. Like the greats love like potentially getting in pursuing the championship, but you start to lose love for the process. I think, like in terms of I got to work out, then I got to go to training camp, and I got to do all this and that. The greats just at some point in time just throw me in there week one and let's start the journey, cause that'd be a grind, man.
Well, that's why I mean that'd be the first thing they all talk about. There, that's why they all be dying to get fat when it's over.
Hmm. I
That
could
need to
imagine
stop
that
working out.
being exhausting. Being in shape, I had to maintain a certain body weight and a certain what they call that um body fat for he been in the for 22 years, so I can imagine he probably ready to get that porterhouse steak. He
I
probably done
mean,
had a strict diet his whole
a
life.
player, and time has never been like so. His whole game is maintaining his flexibility and staying lean and staying fit. And like he never bulked up. He never showed up to training camp at 245 one year. Like he was always around the same weight. He stayed lean and stayed flexible so he could stay healthy. So it's a big change.
Yeah,
Because like you said, I'm sure he went to home to eat a steak and drink a beer.
and I think like this would be the way. This would be the way some like the goat would retire. Like at the game, I'm not sure what I want to do. Like 'cause Tom Brady don't strike me as a guy that has a plan and say, "All right, this year don't work. I'm walking away." He strikes me as the type of person that wake up one day and Giselle talking shit. They believe somewhere. And he said, "You know what? It is time for me hanging up. I'm about to be 45. I'm done." Cause he got that juice. Like I was looking at reports and it was like Bruce Arians said he ain't tell him anything. He don't owe you to tell you nothing. I'm the GOAT. Well, you know I'm 44. When I ain't want to play, if I want to tell you I don't want to play in like the week two, you gotta deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
After week two, he just gonna be like, "Nah, I'm done."
After week two, you like,
And
you know
get
what I
that.
mean? Like,
Who did that? Vontae's Vontae Davis just retired
you
at
got,
halftime. Like, nah,
mm-hmm.
nah, blood, I'm done,
He
and just
said we
walk out.
asked.
Yo, I
You
mean,
got,
without Tom this year, man, it's gonna be tough. Cause you know, if Tom Brady done, Gronk is automatically done.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Well,
Gronk. All of them done. You see, as soon as he left, Edelman retired.
yeah,
But
it's over.
you know what's crazy about that? I think what's your thoughts on Joe Burrow? I was telling Marty earlier, right? If Joe Burrow goes in Kansas City in his second year and beat arguably the most, I mean, you know, Tom Brady is the GOAT, but beat arguably the best QB in the game right now in today's day and age at his home in the championship game, Kansas City might be running the AFC for a while because they all young and they all like his old line is young, his left tackle is young, his wide receiver, his number one wide receiver is a rookie. You got Tyler Boyd, T Higgins just got drafted last year with him. Like they just paid Joe Mixon. That might be a tough out for a long time.
The AFC, whether or not Burrows wins or not, the AFC is stacked. Like
Yeah, they said.
you got to Mahomes is at the top. Burrow's coming for that spot. Josh Allen is second. Lamar Jackson, like it's so stacked in the AFC. It's crazy. I was waiting.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Marty to come on because I saw a thing earlier. I meant to share it to y'all. It was one of the things I was on Bleacher Report and I was scrolling through and I saw it and I meant to screenshot it and send it to y'all. And then like it refreshes and there's new stories. They
Uh,
were talking about how the Eagles, without Tampa Bay, the Eagles may have the division. Like I mean, the Eagles may have this is the Eagles' chance to win the NFC. I was like, what? It's like the NFC is so
he,
wide open without Tom Brady and possibly without Aaron Rodgers. The NFC is open. It's time for the Eagles to step up and take it. And I was like, wait, what?
the Eagles. Out of all teams, the
Out
Eagles?
of all teams, it was the Eagles. It was time for the Eagles to step up and take the reins. And I'm like, the Eagles? They
Yeah,
they
it's
barely made
crazy.
it. The
It's
Eagles?
crazy. It's crazy. I wait till Marty get he said, give him 5 minutes. But they coach they just hired, right? He was mad at that. But
Giants
he yeah, he got almost the same resume as the Eagles
as
coach that
Judge.
they just hired.
Oh, as the Eagles
Nick
coach. Okay. I
Nick
think you said
Sirianni
Judge.
when because he worked with Matt Castle, he was Mike Castle's offensive coordinator. He
Matt
was
Castle.
and Matt Castle when they was in Kansas City.
Oh,
He was see I'm trying to get fancy tonight. I got the screen with my logo on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
You got
Matt
Big Money over
Castle.
there.
But they were saying the knock on him, he was at a ton of stops with like Jake their home and Derek Anderson and stuff like that. And it was like a lot of underwhelming shit on his resume. And they were saying, why would you go after
Wait, did you
him?
name Jake Delhomme? Is that was one of his QBs he was a guru of? Jake Delhomme?
Yeah,
No
Marty put the
disrespect.
picture in the group. He put
N-
the picture
Um,
in the group. All the quarterbacks he worked with, and it was like, and Josh Allen stuck out like a sore thumb. Like he was like the only like good one. Yeah, Brady Quinn.
I don't know. I missed it. Jake Delhomme. Now I gotta wait. I gotta go find this because I ain't see that, and now I feel like my life
Well,
is incomplete.
let me see if he send it in the group or just to me. So I can forward it to you. But like yeah, but I mean I told him the guy came from I like their GM because he been helping building a Buffalo team for years in Buffalo. One thing about Buffalo, they're great at drafting and putting the pieces together.
I saw Marty
So
sent that picture of um Buffalo's draft war room and versus the Giants, and I'm sure old boy gonna make sure that changes. The new GM gonna make
yeah,
sure that changes. So
yeah,
that's a beautiful thing.
yeah. I mean, he right now he just they just mad because whoever coming in got to give Daniel Jones a chance to revitalize his career or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You can't just. I mean, you got to give Daniel Jones a chance. I Giants fans, they weird because it's what did Daniel Jones do? He was garbage, but y'all changed the offensive coordinators, y'all garbage, y'all running back and receiving cores. Like the running back is not the running back unit is not trash, right?
The wide
But
receiver unit ain't trash. He's just never there.
yeah, but I mean that's the thing. Like they just can't stay healthy. So if you can't stay healthy, what good are you? I mean that's really what it boils down to. You can't stay healthy. You doing us no good.
Yeah,
So
and that's the bottom line, man. It's like, man, both, and like I was telling him, what thing got took from they GM and they owner talking about him. They were saying, yeah, they believe he can play, but they also were saying they were speaking more to we failed him in a sense because our O line is awful. We've been switching coordinators and coaches every year. It's like they were just speaking to the organization. So, but none of them came out and said, "I believe he's the answer," and like we 100% believe him. But they just told him what I always say. What I always say is, you like until you see all the pieces in place, like no, everything is not going to be perfect. No, the O line is not going to be blowing people off the line of scrimmage on every down, but you at least want to see him play a steady 12 to 13 games with all the starters. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
At least three of three or five of your three out of five of your weapons again. You will at least want to see that because if you're going out there and you down to your and you're starting wide receivers, your fourth, fifth, and sixth wide receiver, like it's gonna be it's not a good situation. Like it's people want to struggle, and it happens all the time. Like quiet as kept. Josh Allen had his struggles this year because they had. I mean, people was getting nicked up and stuff, but like he had the struggles this year. Like he threw for 40 touchdowns, but he had 15 interceptions. Like he ain't have as many yards as last year. So people's struggles come in different, but he also got a top five wide receiver out there, Stephon Diggs. He also got Emmanuel Sanders, who's a Super Bowl champion with Peyton Manning. He also got the guy who had 200 yards in the playoff game, Davis. They just drafted last year. He also got Cole Beasley. He also got two running backs they drafted. Like
but
so, it's like it's a lot to go to that.
I mean, but that's my thing. Like that's why even the other day I compare. I'm not saying he will be as good. I compare Daniel Jones to like Alex Smith. Like organizational changes, not a lot of weapons. Who knows what's going on? And then you get some stability in your life. And then Alex Smith got some stability, went to three straight Pro Bowls. And I'm not saying Pro Bowls are the end all be all, but he went from being almost a bust to having a solid career. I would say Alex Smith was a good quarterback. I mean, he ain't Peyton Manning, but he had a solid career.
Yeah,
Like he ain't Jake Delhomme either.
but that's the key. You want to see. You always want to see what you got. You are like you want to see is this guy just Nathan Peterman, or is
Yeah,
he Ryan Tannehill, or is he upper echelon? Because a lot of guys is not like truly upper echelon guys. Like 9 out of 10, I want to say 8 out of 10 quarterbacks in the NFL need things around them to be somewhat right to show you exactly what they are,
was they?
and
Yeah,
especially in today's league.
most quarterbacks need consistency. They need consistency in an offense that's built around them, an organization that trusts them. So the Giants draft Daniel Jones and act like they don't trust him. But then they did give him some. He had some big games, and I think those big games show that he does have talent. Now it's about putting it together, but they need the right
He,
system, the right consistency to put it together.
he had a 400-yard game this year
Yeah,
versus the number two defense in the NFL.
he has talent. It's not a talent issue. He has talent. It's about giving him the opportunity to put it together. But if you don't put him in the right position, he can't put it together. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think like I said, I don't think he may not be the answer. He may not be the answer in things, and unfortunately for them, I feel like they waited too late because now you gotta decide if you exercise his fifth year option before the season even start with the body of work that you've done seen so far.
uh huh.
And now, but it's the whole you go back to the whole Eli drama. When Eli was at the end of the road, the organization gave him excuse to keep saying, "Nah, let's run it back," because we know Eli was up in his 30s and he was old and this and that third. But in hindsight, when you're looking at it like, yo, he only got Odell out there, and then the whole line is trash, and then you got this. Like it give you calls to be like, yo, all right, if we put a line on him, let's see what he still got left. Like
I mean, I feel like they
that's what
did
I'm saying.
Eli dirty. Eli
Yeah,
Eli Manning was the greatest quarterback in Giants history. Now I don't know what that
yeah,
says about the Giants, but he is.
yeah.
He
And it's like, and I feel like they got a chance to be spoiled. When you got an Iron
oh, of
Man as
course,
your quarterback,
because he was always there.
like it's just like the Patriots. If I dealt with Tom Brady for the past 20 years, I don't want to hear that shit. You were coming in and we barely making the playoffs and we going out the first round. You spoiled. I don't want to hear that.
The
Like Aaron
Steelers,
Rodgers barely ever won anything, but they could depend to be in the playoffs most of the time. So it's
there are
like,
certain over the last 20 years. There have been certain quarterbacks that you can count on: Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, um, Brady, Brees, Rodgers. I mean, of course, before Eli retired, you could always count on Eli to be there. He was one of those guys that he was always going to
mhm,
be there, whether he had a great game or average game. Because most quarterbacks, once you've been in the league for 12 years, the terrible games are few and far between. If you've been starting for
yeah,
a decade, the terrible games are few and far between. You may have a mediocre game and a great game, but a terrible game, like to see a veteran quarterback who's been a starter for 10 years throw four interceptions and complete 45% of his passes, you're like, what the hell happened at that? But
mhm.
it's rare. It's usually the young guys who do that. And
Yeah,
Eli was steady.
like, and then you get like a guy like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or somebody like that. If they throw two interceptions a game, you're like, oh, what the hell going on over there? Because it's like you're not used to that. You know what I'm saying? What you mean? Aaron Rodgers got two picks tonight? Oh, he must be playing terrible. You know what I'm saying? You only got to see the
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
but
I
it's
mean,
like,
quarterbacks got to develop. Like, and every quarterback needs the right system. I look at Brett Favre or Steve Young. Brett Favre was a after ran in
oh my God,
Atlanta.
this dude, he got his championship up on his Hold on, let me delete him off the screen. Here you go.
Yo, delete him. Remove that nonsense he got up there. Those nonsense and shenanigans.
Yo,
Yo, it was good.
uh,
Yo, I want to
uh,
run. I'm glad you here just in time. So,
yeah.
the bowl in his career, he began his career in New England as a defensive assistant in 2000. He was wide receivers coach in 2002. In 2007, he was the quarterback coach for the New York Jets. I don't know who was their quarterback in 2007. I gotta look that up.
It don't
Remember
even
that.
fucking matter.
Then he went to Cleveland to be Eric Mangini's offensive coordinator. From there, he was offensive coordinator in Miami, Kansas City, and then he went to Alabama. And Alabama, he's credited with the development of Jalen Hurts and Tua. Um, then he came back to the league and had a stop in Foxborough again, where he was the Patriots tight end coach from 2013 to 2016. Then he made his way to Buffalo.
Hold on. So basically, it's a Belichick guy. This
Yeah,
man Genie is a
Belichick
Belichick
guy.
guy.
Yeah, because he was with Belichick for a couple
Um,
of years.
yeah. Right? He
I didn't
he
know that. I didn't know that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't know anything about that.
he
Only thing I
is.
knew about him was the list of quarterbacks that he was working with. They said,
Yeah, I really didn't want to talk about this, but whatever. But he just one of those fucking. He just a guy. At the end of the
He's
day,
just a guy.
like we could have kept what we had if we were just gonna ruin. Like you know what I'm saying, going there with Daniel Jones, we could have kept what he had because it's nothing. Like everybody keeps saying that Daniel Jones got the skill set of Josh Allen. I don't see that. Like I don't.
nah, he don't got that. I see.
Like,
See, you know
why?
me.
Because he's tall and white? Like, that doesn't mean anything to me. And, like, Josh Allen is
That
different at
that remind
the
me
end
of
of
the
the day.
movie Role Models. Remember the movie Role Models when he kept calling
Yeah,
old boy Ben Affleck?
yeah.
He's like, I'm not Ben Affleck. He said, "You're white." Yes, you're Ben Affleck. That
And I think we really, like, it going on from, like, the past couple days, just thinking about what's going on. It's just like we made a mistake in my eyes. Like, because first off, we went out and got our owner came out and said, "Oh, we're gonna let the GM decide who we gonna pick, where and decide the fate of DJ and which is Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. He's gonna make the tough decisions." But after you sit back and you think about what's going on, like he lied basically because he was never gonna pick nobody that thought otherwise about that DJ and them had to go. So he sat back and said he told the fan base that that's what it was. So now it goes back into what us picking Dable and Joe Sheen. It was just that's their people that they wanted to pick anyway because they have their views, and we're trying to give a quarterback a chance because he has some rough patches. But that's quarterbacks in general. Quarterbacks don't ever have everything perfect around them, and that's what they're trying to right that wrong. To I don't know what he got on them or why they love him so much, but you just picked a guy who hasn't really done anything, and I don't even give him the Josh Allen because most of Josh Allen plays is running plays, which that ain't got nothing to do with him. Just those breakdown plays, and then also too is like when the last time you ever like anyone ever talked about someone having like yo they got a crazy offense over there. I don't see that. I don't hear that. It's
I
always
mean,
about what Josh
they had the
Allen is
second
doing.
highest scoring offense in the league for the last 3 years.
Yeah,
Or
but
last
you
two.
do you talk about them? Do you talk about them like as far as like the Cal Shanahan's, the Andy Reeds. No, you don't speak of them like that. Even if they're the highest scoring, you don't even speak of them like that with the Cowboys. That you when you watch the games, they don't have no amazing plays. They just have players
I
that
mean,
could
they
just.
putting up points.
But they're putting up points. But there's also a lot of games if you look at, they offense stalled the fuck out. Like they
oh
couldn't
yeah,
do nothing.
they scored what they lost to Jacksonville this year? Who got the number one pick? Only scored like 3 points or something
Yeah, like
against Jacksonville.
that's just that. Yo, he got several games out there that he just can't do nothing. And even McDermott even came out and called him out like, yo, we got to score more points. So you
All right,
picking him like he's a guru, he not a guru.
but let me ask
Well,
you this though: what would be okay with him as at the helm for his first season as a coach? In your eyes, as a Giants fan, what would be a successful season to you that make you feel like, all right, I feel like we got something here. Let's load up for 2023.
7 games.
Yo, no, I can't. Like at this point, to me, I just need them just to get like I want him. First off, I want him to bring in his guy and stop trying to bring in a guy that he thinks he can. Like you know what I'm saying? That he not a like. Stop treating him
You
like a
talking about
charity
the
case and
GM?
everything like that. If he brings in his guy and the shit don't work, and then his guy starts or something like that in some games and he looks good, move me on to 2023. I'll be chill. Like if that makes sense. Like if Daniel Jones, because Daniel Jones missed games every year. He has never been healthy. But if I
That's just
see,
that's
yeah, if
true.
I see that we like, let's say if we draft a guy that he deems that is good, and that guy gets playing time, if that guy comes in and the offense looks different. You know what I'm saying? He's moving the ball. I'm good for 2023 because then that shows work on the field that is like, yo,
So
he's
what
going to
round should
be
y'all draft the
the future.
quarterback in?
Huh?
What round are you okay with y'all wasting a pick on a quarterback for? And
If it's to get somebody that he deems that is good, I don't care what round.
so
It could be first.
with
It could
all
be
the
first
holes
round
on that team, you want him to take a first round pick on a quarterback to watch that quarterback battle out with Daniel Jones, maybe?
Then it shouldn't even be a battle. Daniel Jones should be gone already. But if
Why?
they
Who gets
because
rid of
what
you? He like 26 or 25. Like you want them to get rid of this guy. Nobody
because
gets rid of a high first round pick quarterback after 3 years of starting when you had to fire that they on a third coach and a third obviously their third offensive coordinator if they're three coaches. So this is gonna be his third offense and his third coach.
that's
And what
exactly
fourth?
why you fire him.
What they got to do with Daniel Jones?
Because there's casualties in war, and sometimes with quarterbacks, when you give them too much and you fuck their head up too much, they're dead. They're done.
But you said they don't get they. You said Joe Judge don't give him
He doesn't.
a lot of leeway because he don't trust him. But then you can't turn around and say he giving him too much and his head messed up because of it. Either they ain't giving him nothing, even they give him straight vanilla offense, or they giving him too much and he can't deal with the sprinkles. Like
No,
so,
like I get what you're saying, but I'm saying when you give a young quarterback too like it's basically damaged goods. He's damaged goods. If he had anything good, it's over with in my eyes. It's not coming back from that because no Giants fan right now wants to see him come in and be a mediocre quarterback. Everybody is comparing him to one of the top quarterbacks in the league that, yo, he could be Josh Allen. If he ain't Josh Allen, he's done. Nah, you know what I'm saying? He's Baker Mayfield in his third year. That's over with. We don't want to see that. We want to see 30 touchdowns, motherfucking 4 interceptions. That's what they want. And that's what
I
they
mean,
think they're getting, and
they're
they're
not gonna
never
get
going to
that.
get that from him because he's not that quarterback.
What ain't nobody out there right now that y'all gonna pick up. They're gonna give y'all that this year. So
Yeah, but that's the thing.
what if behooves the new coach to do is use his guy, use the John Mara's guy for another season, give him a whole season and an offense, and see what he got. Worst case scenario, you draft a quarterback in maybe the fourth round, a project, and bring in a veteran who knows how to run the system that you want to run. And in case you got to pull Daniel Jones, and then you do
We
that
we we
this
not
year.
in we not in position to do that. Like the way that this fan base is so on edge at this point that
They
if
ain't going nowhere. You saying like that's like me as a Lakers fan. When people say, "Yo, the Lakers can't suck," like the fans gonna turn against them. No, they not. They
not
Lakers
it's a
fans.
it's a
If
it's a
you're a Giants
difference.
fan, if you're a Giants fan, a Cowboys fan, a Lakers fan, a Yankees fan, no matter how bad they are, or like the Knicks, you're gonna talk about it. You're gonna say you can't stand them. They making bad decisions, but you are gonna remain that fan. The
Do you
Giants
realize?
fans ain't going nowhere.
See,
What
no,
you
no,
gonna do?
no.
Root
See,
for
this
the
is the
Jets?
thing.
You
Giants
gonna root
fans
for the
are not.
Jets?
No, no, no. Listen, the Giants fans are not going nowhere. But what the problem is that it's about money at the end of the day. Nigga, Jets tickets were like $5, $6 at one point in time.
You
Like,
saying people gonna stop going to Giants games?
yes, people have
Nah,
already. Our last game, people didn't even go to.
it's
I
COVID.
look. No, it ain't got nothing to do with COVID.
A lot of stadiums ain't full
I
because of
went to the
COVID.
Dallas game last year, and it was damn near empty at our
Texas
stadium.
don't have the same restrictions that Jersey has.
No, I went to our stadium last year and it was empty. It was only one side filled. It that happens because we're on a losing path. People don't
It,
like what's going on. And
it's
then
COVID.
I'm
You
telling you,
can't base
it's
the
not about
last two.
COVID.
You can't base the last two seasons on anything but COVID. Like because the teams who normally sell out have had empty
No,
stadiums.
but what I'm saying is the last game that I went to was in December. That was before COVID really I think that was before COVID really struck. Like it
December what year?
What was that? Was it like 2 years? Oh no, it was like 2 years ago, a year ago,
Yeah, it
It,
was
I
it,
right
believe.
before they shut stuff down in
Yeah, it was right before
March.
they shut everything down. Like before they shut everything down, I went. It was because we was losing so much. I'm telling you, fans are, and then you got to understand
how many
it.
games was left in the season at that point?
But it's a Cowboys and a Giants rivalry. Regardless of anything, that stadium's supposed to
Yeah,
have
but how
been
many games was
rocking.
left in the season? If it was 2 games left in the season
No,
and y'all got 4 wins, I can see that.
no,
That don't
it
make
don't even that with the Giants and Cowboys. It don't matter. It's a rivalry game. It was
I'm
more
not
Cowboy fans
I'm
in
not
that
paying money
stadium than
to watch
anything.
my team get slaughtered. I'm not.
No, no, but that's not how the Giants fans work. It don't work like that. When in the NFC East, it doesn't matter. When you know you playing the Cowboys or you playing the Eagles, that stadium gets packed. When you start seeing that, and these motherfuckers, that means season ticket holders are selling their tickets, giving them shits up on these shows because they don't like the product that's on the field, and that's why our owner came out and said that. That's why he comes out and tries to make, like, you know what I'm
I
saying. He try to
mean,
get
you
the
know, but that's a
fans
natural
in
that
there.
like that's a natural progression because you know we went through it with when they created Jerry World and all that. When they created Jerry World, the first win at Jerry World was Eli Manning signing in our locker room because they came in and whooped our ass. So like I think with every franchise when you got a few years down, of course the ticket sales is not going to be as crazy as years past when y'all winning, but you know what I mean it's like we just got to the point maybe 2 years ago when we could almost pack the stadium with Cowboy fans because you know since we had the new stadium, we really never had home field advantage because
Mm-hmm.
we was ass for some years. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
and we got so many seats in our stadium that it's like it'd be 50-50. Like we just now getting to the point where it's like, okay, oh, this stadium is loud, bro. It's home field advantage. Like it was what it was. Like that's why I feel like me and what I do is talk about this too. Like with the 49ers, I feel like in the playoffs this year that just passed,
Mm-hmm.
the 49ers was the one team in the playoffs. 49ers and Green Bay Packers with the two teams in the playoffs that fan base can actually come in Texas Stadium and make a difference. Because they're
Yeah.
historic franchises. If we played the Rams or we played the Cardinals, the atmosphere is not like that. Like when we watched us play the 49ers, the stadium was white and red. They
Mm-hmm.
had like it wasn't 50-50, but it probably was like 70 like 60-40, 70-30.
Yeah.
So it's like when you get your franchise like that, it be like that. So I think like it is what it is sometimes. You get your fans that be like you get your fans that don't buy as many tickets as they sell their season tickets. But soon as the first time y'all win 10 games in the season, they right back in it.
Exactly. That's what I said. Like that's exactly what it is. It's a lot of people that just they at his wits end. I never, like, think about it. This is the first year that you seen people wearing bags on their head, and like
Yeah,
like we ain't never see that. I ain't never see that in the Giant Stadium. People
yeah,
holding up the signs of, yo, sell a team and all it's been
Y'all
at its
been
wits
trash
end.
for 6 years. What you think gonna happen?
No, we've been trashed for longer than that, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what's happening though. We got some loyal ass Giant. There's a lot of loyal ass Giants fans out there, man. But like they getting fed up with what's going on because look, people, they talking about ownership, talking about, yo, they got too much involved into it. Like they're not picking the right guys. That's why he's coming out saying certain things, but to me he's still doing the same shit. But
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, but I mean, because it's gonna be like that. Because after a while, like Jerry, we go through that with Jerry. Jerry came out over the last year before. Yeah, they don't let Jerry hit the button no more. They don't be Jerry draft picks no more. But it's like a lot of the shit sometimes be his decision. But it's like he do fall back in terms of personnel for the team. But you know, it's like the culture change. Like the coach is always gonna be Jerry saying,
Oh,
like
of
we just
course,
lost. I
of
don't know.
course,
Oh no, I gotta think about this shit. Mike McCarthy might be out the door after this. I don't
yeah.
know. Then come out next week and say, nah, we good. We just gonna run it back. Like it happens. You know what I'm saying?
See, but and that's the thing. Like I think it's more off of. just it's like we not hitting in the draft. We not hitting. We not doing. It's a whole bunch of shit that's happening to us. So like that's why fans are not comfortable with
But you
what's
know
going
what?
on.
But what I would say about y'all though, in my opinion, y'all got a lot of draft picks that I like. Like I don't know if they like not panning out or it's the coaching or something like. Because especially like your secondary, y'all had a lot of draft picks in the last couple of years that I said, oh, that's a great pick for the job. Like even defensive line with Lawrence and them. I thought y'all had like I
I
thought
hated
y'all had a
Lawrence.
couple of good drives in the defense. I don't know if like they not panning out or I was wrong about what the case may be. Like is the
Nah,
defensive
it's
coordinator what?
they're okay, but it's like when it comes down to it, it's like where they get picked at is the problem. It's like they're
Okay.
good players, but you like nobody would give a fuck if Daniel Jones was picked in the second round, but you picking him at 6 or even at the bottom of the first. People would be like, all right, well, at the end of the day, it's because it's position. What they call that shit? Like you got to be positioned. Like certain positions supposed to be getting picked in certain areas in the draft. Like you're not gonna pick no D tackle if they not a transgender person in the first round, like in the
I
top
agree with you.
5. So, but like if
I
you
agree with you. Because
yeah
if Daniel Jones was in Jacksonville or he was in like Carolina,
yeah
it wouldn't be a big spotlight on him. Everybody be shining a light on, yeah, but the franchise and whole needs to get better. But being picked in the top 10 in New York is a different
it's a different ball
beast.
game.
Niggas, especially when the quarterback that you're the successor from went to two and won two Super Bowls. So niggas like, all right, when we gonna
Hey, yo,
kick
but
into high gear here?
that's the thing. People are looking for, and this is why I say it's so funny because when he first came out, what they say, oh, he's Eli Manning and Peyton Manning's little brother. If they, you know, they compare him to that. He didn't live up to that. Now it's, oh, he's more like Josh Allen and all this other stuff. We can make him into Josh Allen. We just got to bring all of their coaches and stuff over. Like, bro, no, he's done. It's like if you look at him, he can't play. He got 65 turnovers in 3 fucking years and it didn't play in all of the games. Like he missed like 11 games. So he got 37 games that he got 65 turnovers. That's crazy. That's not good, but to each his own.
What's
Like
the
the pick.
comparison to?
Yeah, like
What's
that's
the
the
what's the
you,
what's the comparison to? Like how many like what's the average turnover ratio or margin for a 3 year QB?
just what I so what is the average what
Like
I'm gonna say let's say a average quarterback. Who's an average quarterback in the league that you would deem like he's not ultimately like he's not a superstar and he not that bad. You just want somebody that's just in the middle.
maybe Derek Carr, maybe I don't know,
Now you got to look
right?
at Derek Carr first 3 years to see what the fuck he got.
I see. I know Derek Carr. What was that? His second year, he should have won MVP. Before he got broke his leg. For sure.
Yeah, like you
Second or third.
that's how I would do it. I would look at it like you know what I'm saying, or somebody that is deemed to be just okay. Look at Jimmy G
Well,
turnover. Like look at Jimmy G. But even though Jimmy G ain't start his first, you know what I'm saying, he has some years.
yeah.
But let's look at somebody that's just okay.
See, Jimmy G is one of them guys, right? Jimmy G is one of them guys that you look at his overall stats and he like,
That nigga
and
ran
his stats suggest that like he's way better than what he is
what
when you
he
actually
is.
see the
Yeah.
game. Like, like Jimmy G is one of them.
Y'all,
So
I saw a
like,
thing that said if Tom Brady leaves, Tampa should trade for Jimmy G.
you said Tampa is who?
We should trade for Jimmy G if Tom Brady leaves.
I like the kid y'all got behind him. No homo. I like that kid. I like that kid from Florida. I think he could play.
You think he could
Special,
start?
special.
Huh?
You think he could start next year, replace Tom Brady,
He
and
sat
what?
behind Tom Brady for 2 years, right? Yeah, hell yeah, he better.
No. He ain't not 2 years because he was Kyle Pitts quarterback
He was cop.
in Florida.
You exactly right. Yeah. So he sat behind him for a year. That should be all right. He should be able to. Still
Yeah,
bringing a quarterback though.
nigga, the soak up game from the GOAT for a full season.
He might be
Like
fire.
you gotta be better than what you was
Yeah.
leading into the season.
You seeing him prepare. You seeing him like do everything. Yeah. He should be fire.
And I'm quite sure because Tom Brady picked the backup quarterback for him too when they prepared. So I'm quite sure he done took you with him from the workouts,
Yep.
took you with him to run routes, those routes in the park, all types of stuff. But championship game tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
49ers versus Rams. Who you got
Um, where they at? At the Rams, right?
at the Rams?
Mm, I hate to say this, but I got the Rams.
I got the Rams too. Like I got the Rams too. I just feel like the
Somebody got
Rams.
they got to if they don't overcome this shit, it's a problem.
Yeah, I got the Rams too. Like I just feel like the Rams are the better team. And not for nothing, they pretty much controlled the last game they played. The 49ers got a couple of lucky breaks,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of bad throws by Stafford to put them back in the game. And
But if
I
that's
thought,
the only thing, if that because if you pressure Stafford, he will fuck up.
I got
He
the
will
Rams
fuck
tomorrow.
up, and that's the whole thing. But I do got the Rams though. Hopefully they pull it out. All right,
Yeah, I got the Rams. I think the
whoa.
Rams.
pause.
Did I say Rams? Oh, because you. Oh,
No,
well,
no,
he
no.
said.
He said hopefully they
Yeah,
pull it
yeah,
out, but that one.
yeah.
But
Oh
We know it.
wow.
mhm.
Wow, you're a wild boy.
um,
But
You
yeah,
talking about Kyle Trask? That's what you talking about, Marty?
yeah, yo, that
yeah.
check that boy out in
He was
college,
good.
bro.
He was good in college.
He had like 52 touchdowns. He had like 52 touchdowns, like 7 interceptions or some shit like that.
I'll be honest with you. I don't always trust college numbers. I mean, I didn't see him play in college, so I'm.
Yeah, nah,
He
he
was
was
the
balling.
quarterback. The Kyle Pitts who was like the number 4 overall pick last year. The tight end from he went to Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah. I know Pitts. All right. I mean,
He should be
I
able to.
mean,
I mean,
all,
you're not
all I'm
asking
gonna
him
say
to
is
do
but
too much.
I mean, listen. All I'm gonna say is, if Tom Brady retire and Blaine Gabbert is our starting quarterback, hopefully we take a quarterback in the draft the next year.
mm, yeah, listen. No, y'all
That's
got
all I'm
if Blaine
saying.
Gabbert start,
We
y'all
got
gonna be in position to get the top quarterback. I know that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Bryce Young, there y'all go.
I need to figure out who's gonna be the top quarterback in 2023's draft. Because if we start Blaine Gabbert come week 1, then
Yeah, y'all gonna be getting Bryce Young or CJ Strauss.
we're gonna get
Hmm.
somebody. Because
I'm telling you, that kid could play though. He got a
well,
nice arms.
well,
I'll take him.
listen. If he battling, if Kyle Trask is battling Blaine Gabbert to see who starts and he loses, then I disagree
I
with you.
tell you what.
But if he
I tell you
wins,
what.
then
I tell you
even if
what.
he wins, it's Blaine Gabbert. So I mean, I don't know.
I tell you
But
what. Trade us. To call what's the name and tell trade for Daniel Jones. Y'all can have him.
for Blaine Gabbert,
No, for Strauss. I'll take that in a heartbeat.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing.
he won't Blaine
The
Gabbert.
only thing that might be, I'm gonna tell you one thing that might be holding the Trouters back. I don't think Bruce Arians is good for young QBs, man.
He's not. He fucked
The
up
way the
Allison.
way he talked to the goat is like, and the way he throw the goat under the bus is like, bruh, like you gotta relax. You gotta think Bruce Arians was only successful. He had old Kurt Warner, he had Tom Brady, so he only successful with veterans. Like he ain't never
Bruce
did
Arians is
nothing with it.
only successful with Hall of Fame quarterbacks toward the end of their career who don't have to listen to him. They look at him like you just talking.
That
I'm
nigga. That nigga just got the clipboard out there. He didn't
you
do
just
shit.
you. Kurt
Nigga
Warner
got
looked
a
at him like
headset that ain't connected to nothing. I don't want to hear that.
Kurt Warner looked at him
Hmm.
like you just talking. Let me go
Yeah.
out there and recreate the greatest show on turf and get us. We got receivers. I can throw the ball. I can get us a Super Bowl, and that's all that happened.
Yo, Tom Brady this whole year never looked to the side to ask that nigga for nothing.
But what he gonna tell Tom Brady? To Tom Brady,
Exactly.
Yeah.
all he gonna do is curse. Tom Brady gonna look over at him. He gonna be screaming and cursing, and Tom like, all right, and then he go out there and do his thing. He Tom Brady.
You know
That's
Tom
not gonna
Brady
work.
saved his career.
That's not gonna work with Blaine Gabbert. It's not. So
You you know Tom Brady saved his damn career.
he of course he
He was
did.
on his way out the door.
But you know,
All
well,
right, let me ask y'all
Hey,
this.
yo, you taking a shot to Tom for Tom Brady? Go ahead, do your thing, Waldo. Take a shot.
What is that, club soda?
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Hmm. No. But I'm gonna tell you this: if he really retired, this is far from Pepsi. But
Yo,
yo, so if Joe Burrow pull it off tomorrow, I think y'all tell me what y'all think. I think the Bengals being in the championship game is great for the NFL.
no, it is great.
Well,
It is.
the
It's
NFL need
great.
the NFL thrives on parity. Like so having the Bengals who haven't been to a Super Bowl since what 88 or 89 in the Super Bowl will be amazing. You know what I mean? Like so it's great for them. And Joe Burrows is the new cream of the crop. Not like I mean one of the cream of the crop, not like the top, but he one of the top QBs. Marty, we were talking about this before you got on that the AFC is stacked.
Isaiah was good, cuz. The link in the comments if you want to jump in, Isaiah. Isaiah in the comments said the man is here.
He he said he was in a Royal Rumble like with a bunch of other dudes.
Yeah.
Wrestling or something he said earlier. I don't know. Cause I had texted him to send him the link. I don't
He said Meat Man is here.
He said mixer.
said
He
meet the
said
pizza.
mixer. Oh, okay. Y'all
Oh,
can
he
see
the
the
cake.
comments.
He said he the cake mixer. Wow. Um,
Wow. That's
Marty. So I saw this comment on a post about Tom Brady retiring, right? And I need your opinion on this. The guy said with Tom Brady retiring, the NFC in general is wide open right now, right? Because Tom Brady retired, who knows what Aaron Rodgers is going to do? He said now is the perfect time for the Philadelphia Eagles to take over the NFC. I
oh
want
my
your comment.
god. The Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles.
That's what the man said.
They
I
don't
need
even they
you
don't
to
even have a
report.
quarterback.
Well, first and foremost, your new head coach was the offensive coordinator who's in charge of developing the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback. So that tells you everything you need to know about greatness.
Exactly.
He said,
But but can the Eagles win the NFC next year? No
No.
Tom Brady, no Aaron Rodgers. I need you to elaborate
No.
on. Nah,
No.
why not?
Because the Philadelphia Eagles don't have a fucking quarterback. You got to be able to throw in this league, regardless of anything. And he's not capable of throwing. And I pray that they get him more weapons on the outside. I hope they do all of that because if
I
yeah,
hope it's
he,
right.
I hope and pray they get him more weapons on
he
the
is straight
because
ass.
it's going to take away from his strength. So that means like they was they they literally fans was up here crying that he was throwing the ball. That yo they got to change the game plan. What's what change? What we got to run the ball. All right, how many times you want him to run the ball? All the time. I don't want him to throw. Like yo, that's what like real shit. They don't want him to throw the ball, and he's playing quarterback. That is insane, bro. Like nah, not dealing with it. But they not going nowhere. They gonna play. They got to play a lot. Well, I don't know. Next year, I think they got to play more tougher teams because they're gonna be second in the division, and as they are playing, they're gonna also like they can't beat any top team like any teams that was 500. So you know, I don't give them an opportunity or a chance to win anything, bro.
So, all right. So, who gonna win in the AFC tomorrow?
Who's gonna win in the AFC? To me, I'm going to say Kansas City because Kansas City been here before. I'm gonna just take it off of experience. Um, and I just believe like even that last game that they had, Kansas City, they lost that. It wasn't like that they did shit to lose that game. They had it in the bag, but and I think like you Andy Reid understanding what it is, he's gonna be able to, you know, outcoach that other coach.
I got Kansas City.
Yeah,
Um, I think it's gonna be a Kansas City Rams Super Bowl, which I think would be dope. If it's Kansas City Rams, I'm giving it to Kansas City. I think Kansas City versus Rams, but I do think that's gonna be a good Super Bowl. I think this is gonna be good for the league in
I think
general.
but one thing I will give the Bengals though, they do got a rookie coach too. So that's a good accomplishment. I think his name what John Teller or some shit. Zach Teller. It's something crazy.
yeah. Hey yo, do you realize this though? Think about this. Let's like really think about it. Do you realize that it could be the Super Bowl all over again from when the 49ers and the Kansas City went?
Oh yep.
Jimmy G could go right as wrong. If
Oh no,
Jimmy
but
G won the Super Bowl, bruh.
nah, but when they hold up. That was Kansas City win against?
Yeah, that was Kansas City, remember?
Oh yeah. Oh Isaiah said he got Bengals San Francisco.
Bengals, San Francisco.
I ain't gonna lie. I want to see the Bengals make the Super Bowl, but I can't bet against Mahomes, man.
Yo,
Andy Reid.
I don't think no Cowboys fan want to see the Bengals win.
No, I do because
Mar,
and I'm gonna tell
if
you
if
why.
they win, do you realize what that mean, bruh? For y'all?
You know what I mean? It don't mean shit to me. It ain't the AFC.
No. I get that. But this is a team that ain't go back in 88. My nigga, like 88, 89.
See, listen. See, I don't look at stuff. See I look at the things I look at is if it's like somebody like it would hurt me if somebody like the Lions rose up and they went to the NFC Championship game or somebody that's like down in the deep in the NFC. See, AFC, no AFC team hurt me. Like it don't matter. Like I don't care who went over there. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
No. I'm just talking about like the principle, just the in the NFL period. Like you gotta think
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
no,
Like
no, no, no. I
Joe
get that. I
Burrow
get
coming
that. But
out in
like,
his second year to get a super. No, that can't
but
happen.
I, yeah, no, it can't. But like I look at it as more in terms of NFC, and I say, yo, Joe Burrow the truth. But if they win, me personally, I won't feel no type of way. I just look at it like,
No. I wouldn't feel no type. Like people won't feel no type. I'm just saying, like as far as like team wise, as far as the
Isaiah
Cowboys
said,
wise, not you as a person, but it
yeah,
would be
Isaiah
different
said
because it's
meat
like,
mania.
yo, they won one before we had great teams. You know what I'm saying? Offensive firepower teams too, and we didn't win one.
I
That
think
Isaiah
that's
said
like
meat mania. I don't know who he representing up here, but it ain't got nothing to do with
I
me.
think that now I am rooting for Jimmy G to win the Super Bowl because I think Jimmy G winning the Super Bowl without Belichick is crazy. I tell you,
What? Whoa.
what this man just say.
He said,
What you
he
just say?
said, yo, he said if Jimmy G went, he would with Jimmy G if he was Super Bowl without
Yo,
Belichick.
that's
That's goofy.
crazy, yo. He didn't even get first off, he didn't even get a chance to win the Super Bowl with him.
nah, I'm just saying. If Jimmy G win the Super Bowl this year and he wins Super Bowl MVP, it proves Belichick been carried by quarterbacks. It's the
What?
quarterback.
Yo. On the day of
Next
Tom
Matt Jones
Brady's
gonna leave it
retirement,
with
you
what?
still out here throwing smut.
Nah, Matt Jones gonna leave it with what?
Yo,
Yo, Isaiah said meat mania. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
Isaiah trying to recruit on your thing for boy.
He
What
said
is
he got the big game without Belichick. Oh yeah, it's about Belichick. I mean,
I'm just saying.
Jimmy G.
Yo,
what he say?
why do you understand what I was saying now? Like for a Cowboys fan,
Nah, I get
for
what you're saying. For you feel like for a Cowboys fan, for a team who ain't been there since '88 to get there is a big thing. But pause. But I get what Mark's saying. Like, nah, that
no,
ain't a
I know
rivalry
he
team.
wouldn't care, but I'm talking about like the media is gonna blow that shit up. Like
Nah, Cowboy haters gonna blow it up. Stephen
that
A.
too.
Smith, Shannon Sharp, those guys will blow it up.
Even if like, but think about it. Even if like Jimmy G get a ring,
If Jimmy if Jimmy G gets a ring, to me, that's a knock on Belichick.
it ain't a knock on Belichick. He wanted him.
It was
And that's
Jimmy
what I was
G.
saying.
Nah, but listen,
Jimmy G
I'm
been
gonna
to
keep it. I'm gonna
two
keep it
Super
a.
Bowls.
I'm gonna
He
keep it a
picked it
bean. I'm gonna
right,
keep it a
bruh.
bean with you though. I'm gonna keep it 100 though. If Jimmy G get a ring, like all of this, like San Fran has been a better franchise than us for the past 10, 15 years. This is what they third Super Bowl in like 10 years.
Uh-huh.
They went
That's
with
true.
Kaepernick. This gonna be their second one with Jimmy G if they go. So it's like they've been a better franchise than
So
us. It's
just
not
admit
gonna
that
seem more.
If Jimmy G
They're a better
wins,
franchise than us.
yo, if Jimmy G gets to the Super Bowl, why do you got to admit that 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 Belichick was right to want to move on?
No, if Jimmy G gets to the Super Bowl without Belichick, that means that Belichick is being carried by quarterbacks.
No, that does not. What are you
It
talking
does.
about?
He can't carry it. He can't get a team anywhere without a quarterback who can win a
How
Super
you
Bowl somewhere else.
how you figure
So,
that?
cause he ain't done nothing without a Super
He
Bowl
got
winning
a
quarterback.
rookie quarterback to the playoffs.
It, the Eagles made the playoffs. They extended it to seven. They added an extra game. Everybody made the playoffs this year.
He had a winning record.
Isaiah said
Barrington made the
Grossman
playoffs
made it
this
to the
year.
Super Bowl. That don't
So,
mean nothing. You heard? Isaiah
huh?
said Grossman got to the Super Bowl. That don't mean nothing.
He ain't get there twice.
The exactly one Grossman to get there twice,
He ain't
and
get
two
there twice,
Grossman
and not to
possibly
mention, if
he
quiet
had
as
one of
his
the
kept, he
greatest
should have
bears.
won.
He had
He
one of the
sh-
greatest defensives ever.
Look, he should have won. If you want to be technical, his coach is the reason why they lost. They was up by 10, and all they had to do was just continue to keep running the ball. Kyle
And he had
Shanahan
future
fucked
Hall
it
of
up.
Famer Devin Hester carrying them.
Yo, let's not talk about
I
Devin Hester.
mean,
Future Hall of
if
Famer
Jimmy
Devin
G make
Hester.
it to if Jimmy G make it to two Super Bowls, I would give him the ultimate respect for being good enough to never
I want
fuck it
y'all.
up because I
If
don't think
Jimmy G
like
win a Super Bowl, I
That's
want that to be a mark against Bill Belichick.
wow. Why you hate Bill Belichick?
I don't. I know you a Bill Belichick supporter, so it's funny to me.
Why would that will make you look? That will help Bill Belichick out because that means he know what he doing by picking quarterbacks.
No, you don't.
How? He the one who picked Tom Brady.
That's
He the
that
one who picked motherfucking Jimmy G.
Isaiah like it for me. Isaiah like the what's the name for me?
that to me that says that Belichick is carried by quarterbacks. All his quarterbacks can go on and win the Super Bowl somewhere else. That means it's not him, it's them.
No, that don't mean that. Because
Yes,
without
it
him, they
does.
wouldn't have him. They wouldn't be nowhere.
Nah, it's them. It's not him.
Yo,
Jimmy,
without Bill Belichick, Tom, we wouldn't even see greatness. We
It was
wouldn't know who the GOAT is. You'll be calling it somebody else.
Tom Brady is clearly the GOAT.
Yeah, but
what do I do?
Yeah,
without
You
Belichick,
got
it wouldn't have happened.
you got your stat checker next to you
yeah, yeah. I'm ready.
on tonight's basketball games, right?
Uh huh.
How many points did Rashard Holmes got?
Right now already.
He should
Yeah.
have 10.
Oh, y'all got a ticket in.
I ain't got no ticket in.
More got
Well,
a
not
If
ticket.
he
right
got
now.
if he ain't got 10, I'm gonna be devastated. Don't tell me no more. I don't want to hear no more.
Nah, he should have a lot, bro.
Yeah, four
Wow.
at halftime.
Oh yeah, for halftime. Uh,
Yeah,
that game over.
yeah.
All right. How much did you need him to have?
10.
Oh, he got 10. Okay. I thought as long as it went over 10, he got exactly 10. Oh, you got a hit?
So what else
No,
you need?
I ain't got no hit, but I know two of them had hit. I needed Gary Trent Jr. to have make 16. He had 11, I think, at halftime.
All right. What makes MB demand a trade?
Cause you
Sacramento
ain't
just
get rid of his.
Sacramento just said Philly bugging, they want too much. They not they done with negotiations. Atlanta just declined the trade because they offered Philly the same trade, and then Philly sent it back for and added three first round picks to it. So at what point does Joel Embiid go, yo, I'm averaging 30 points and 11 rebounds, 3.5 assists. I'm shooting 38% from three, and y'all playing games up here. Like what point does Embiid get frustrated?
I I would say after this trade deadline going into offseason, if I was him, if the Ben Simmons thing ain't resolved yet, I don't know. Y'all can't see the comments because Isaiah right.
Yeah, I just saw.
I don't like. I would say if y'all don't trade Ben Simmons by this deadline, um, I'm going to the front office and say, all right, now I want out. Keep your man. Because at this point, like, I'm doing everything I can to keep our team afloat, to have a playoff push, but
They
you
playing
not
games.
following up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
you
like
not following up. Like,
because to me at this point it's not even about whether you're a Ben Simmons fan or not. For Joel Embiid, he's having one of the greatest seasons ever by big man. Like he had one of the greatest seasons ever by big man. Like
I just
they've
want to let y'all know that he on my fantasy. But go ahead.
yo, you having fantasies about Joel Embiid is crazy.
Wow, I say
whoa,
he's
whoa,
on
whoa,
my
whoa.
fantasy
You say
league.
he in his fantasy. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow,
He in
he
his
was in
fantasy
his fantasy.
lineup.
My
He in his
bad.
fantasy lineup.
No,
He in
all
his
right,
fantasy lineup.
all
that,
right.
that's
But
crazy.
it's crazy that you said it. But like, did I think it's like Shaq, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, David Robinson, like the only centers to average 30 points a game, 29 points a game, or maybe the dream in like the last 30 years or something like that. So it's very few big men who have done what he's doing this year. And for them to waste this season, the dude he always in and out of the lineup. He's been relatively healthy this year, all things considered. For him. You know what I mean? So he's been healthy, all things considered. Tonight they won. They beat Sacramento by 2. He had 36, 12, and 6.
Yo, they beat Sacramento?
Yeah.
Now, yo, every time I checked the game like 4 times, they was down by at least 15 every time I checked. I even see people in the fan dude group saying, "Oh, the Six is blowing my ticket." That's crazy. They came back.
Wait, let me make sure I ain't tweaking. Yeah, they beat. They won 103 to 101. The
Oh
man,
my god, I know what blew my ticket. I know what blew my ticket now.
what?
Go to the Wizards game out there.
The man, he had 36, 12, and 6 tonight. Like, they wasting this. They wasting this season.
Yo, so what do you do in that situation? Do you continue to keep playing, or do you just sit? I'll sit the fuck out. I'll be like, nope, not until you make this
Nah,
right decision.
If I'm in B, like it's like Mars said, if I'm in B, when this season is over, I go to management and go, y'all playing. I don't know what this vendetta that Dow Morey got with Ben Simmons or what's Ben Simmons' agent name? Rich Paul. I don't know what kind of game you playing with Rich Paul, but y'all not wasting my career. I want to be traded. Send me to Miami. Send me to the Clippers. Send me somewhere, but I don't want to be here no more. I don't have time for this. I will go straight to
All right,
front
well,
office.
dude, I got a question for you. But before I got a question for you, hey, Isaiah, what time your flight leave to Cleveland for the All Star break? Well, what I was about to say is,
Oh, what you need for the Wizards, Mark?
how many rebounds did Kuzma have?
9.
I
He
took
had,
that
Hold
nigga.
up.
We took him for that.
he had
Remember,
30
I told
points,
you
nine
take it for him
rebounds.
for the 9 because it was plus 100.
He had 30 points, 9 boards.
No,
Hey,
no,
yo,
I thought it wasn't the
he
plus
had
10.
30.
Yeah.
Kuzma balling,
I don't
bro.
know. Yo, did we plus?
Kuzma
Yo,
balling,
we
bro.
say that's a perfect segue. That's a perfect segue. Because Kuzma, I mean, documented he struggled. Why do you a Lakers fan? He struggled like the past year or two with LeBron. Who in the Lakers organization need to go to management and say this is what we need to do because we to get better immediately or for next year? I know, of course, it's LeBron, but
Well, all right, I'm gonna keep it
I'm
100
tempted
with
to
you.
take. Hold on, wait,
I'm,
hold on. Kuzma was 8.5 rebounds, right? Hold up,
Yeah,
I
we
might hit
took
my
it.
ticket.
I think
All
you
right,
did.
Now I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. There is no one in the Lakers organization who can go to the front office and say this ain't working. Nobody. LeBron wanted Westbrook. He begged for Russ. They made a bad trade, which I am on document saying it was a bad trade. Don't do it.
yeah.
Go get Buddy Hill instead. It was a bad trade. They made a bad trade for Russ at the behest of LeBron, and now we stuck with this team, and that's it. Nobody
Yeah.
wants Russ's contract.
Now look, in my
Ru-
defense,
Ru- Ru-
I'm
Ru-
telling you,
Russ looked good last night,
it's
though. He
not
was a
Russ's
warrior last
fault.
night.
I don't think it was Russ's fault. I still don't think it's Russ's fault. What I think it is the fact that y'all did too much. Y'all brought in a whole bunch of stupid ass players that wasn't good on anybody else's team, and thought that was gonna help y'all out. I think
Well,
that
no, no, no. I disagree with that. We didn't bring in nobody who wasn't good on anybody else's team. You act like we brought in a bunch of bums. Who we? Kendrick Nunn started for Miami last year. Malik
mm,
Monk was good last year. He had a couple of 40-point games last year. We brung in Trevor Ariza started for the Wizards, who made the playoff. Like we brung in guys, some of them older, but we brung in a bunch of new guys.
mm,
But what happened is we brung in all those players because we had to trade 17 players to get Russell Westbrook.
but y'all
You
didn't
see
have to
Isaiah
do that.
question on the screen.
He
You see
wanted us to
Isaiah question on the screen.
he wanted us to get involved with a Royal Rumble.
I know I'm
Whoa,
not watching the Royal
Yo, you know
Rumble.
I'm
I
not
ain't.
watching. Yo, remember I told you on Saturdays he do Royal Rumble. It's
yeah,
his
you
main
did say
event.
that, yeah.
He on Twitch. He on Twitch next to the
He on
pool.
Twitch in a kiddie pool. Royal Rumbling right now in baby oil.
Yo,
Nah, but we had to trade so many players to get Russ. We had to recreate that roster, and then re-signing Drummond. It we we could have re-signed Drummond. To me, signing Dwight Howard was fine with me. I was okay with bringing in Dwight Howard instead of bringing in Drummond because AD said he was going to play five. So to me, that was a fine move. But because we should have never let Dwight Howard go. But we made a lot of trading for Russ was a stupid move, was a dumb move. And so because we made that move, we had to bring in all this other talent. And then none of those guys were healthy. Taylor Horton Tucker, Monk, none still ain't played. Trevor Ariza was out for most of the season. So like we had a bunch of players who were out for a long time. Then LeBron was out. AD just came back. Like we've had so many injuries on top of the new roster that don't fit. That I mean, that's what decimated
but that's
our
what I'm
team.
saying. So, but how is that? How is that his fault though? Like
I
if
didn't say it was his fault. I'm not saying it's Russ's fault. By saying it's a bad trade, don't mean that Russ
oh
did
no no
something
no
wrong.
okay okay I
Russ is
understand.
Russ.
Do you think like this is what I'm saying? Now because what I told you I was like yo I want I said I think y'all should trade AD like get that nigga the fuck up out of there because he was gonna miss hella games and he was gonna do all this other extra shit. Would you would you have traded if you could have got something else for like Russell Wilson and like Bradley Bill or somebody like that for AD?
I don't want Russell Westbrook. He can't play with LeBron. You can't have Russ and LeBron. You can't.
I,
Russell Westbrook has averaged 4 turnovers a game for the last 10 years,
but
and
see,
I'm
see,
not saying that he's a bad player. What I'm saying is, in order to have the ball in your hands enough to turn over the ball 4 times a game, You can't play with LeBron. LeBron needs the ball too much for that.
No,
That's
that's
what I'm
true.
saying.
But see, but that's where it goes. That's where it gets me because it's like we said the same. Like, you said the same thing last year about Kuzma. You said, "Yo, it's Kuzma fault. Kuzma need to do this. Kuzma need to do that." And I'm like, "Yo, no, it's LeBron. LeBron got to change his fucking
But you
game."
you can't ask one of the five
I
greatest players
know
in the history of basketball to change his game for Kyle Kuzma.
that
You can't.
that that you're exactly right. But is that showing you that it's not all on like Westbrook and and Kuzma? It's like he got to do
But
something to,
I,
you know what
let
I'm
me let me
saying?
let me jump let me jump in real quick. So what I'm saying is let's get this point out there. Like so, what I'm getting what I do saying is you like Russ and he won the 75. Like you don't got a problem with Russ. You just didn't think he fit on this particular
Just on the
team.
fit on a specific
With-
team. Yeah,
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 I
he
get
just.
that.
yeah.
I agree. Russ is one of the 75 great. I defend Russ all the time because people say, "Oh, them triple doubles don't matter," and he was hunting for stats, and all players are hunting for stats. If they're not, then they lying to you. Like look, they tell you Bradley Beal not hunting for stats, or DeMar DeRozan, or Jimmy Butler. They all hunting for stats. That's how they make their money. Because if not, I wouldn't shoot. I would go out there and play defense and pass the ball. I would be Draymond Green out there passing the ball and playing good defense and barely taking shots and be happy averaging 7.7 boards and 7 assists a night and being a team player. That's not where the money is. The money is in I scored 25 last night. I had a triple double. So they all out there looking for stats. So I don't blame Russ for that. I
So
think
so
I think what Russ has done having 4 triple double seasons in his career is one of the greatest feats ever. And I'm glad that they didn't disrespect him by not putting him on the 75 team. But
yeah.
LeBron is a different kind of guy. Like LeBron is always going to be the center of the universe until he too old to dunk.
You see, I agree with what you're saying, but I think what makes it worse is you see a lot of the media and stuff bashing Russ like he just can't play at all. Like he's
Yeah.
so, nah. If
But
he
they
a
always
bad fit
bash
for the
Russ
team, he a
though.
bad fit. But that's Russell Westbrook at the end of the day. People be
Yes.
trying to like he just certified trash. Like yesterday, I don't know if y'all watched that game last night, but I watched it. Like he was magnificent. He's the reason that I was in the game to the last. Like he had 35. He was hitting threes. He spread out people slamming, grabbing. Like he was amazing last night
But when he
without
say that he
AD and
tried everything that they
LeBron.
asked him to, he said that he tried everything they asked me to do, I'm doing it. So I don't understand. He is. He's only thing he not doing is playing defense, right? Like I mean, but he a 33-year-old point guard. I don't expect him to be an amazing defender. But that's the only thing he not doing. And I mean, you got to take what you can. He a Hall of Famer. Like Hall of Famers at the end of their career don't play defense. They don't have to.
So like, do you think? See, so what are y'all doing? What are you doing with AD after this year?
Nothing. What you mean?
You will keep AD again?
You know what? You know what frustrates me about AD, right? What frustrates me about AD is how good he is, right? Like
Exactly.
when
Yeah.
he paid with shit. Like we, hey, what I do? I was watching. Me and Marty was on the phone. Matter of fact, I was watching y'all versus the Sixers. Like because we had a ticket on the game, so I turned to the game. Like soon as you, the first image you see when I turned to the game, I turned out like 3 minutes late. He was walking to the locker room. I said, "Yo, he just blew
It's
my
like
fucking
it's
ticket." But
at
then
some.
he
Yeah,
came back, man. Marty looked at the stats. Marty told me like, "Oh, he was wild. He had 10 points and 3 rebounds in them 3 minutes."
and
Then
that's
he
what
came back and
frustrates
he
you.
was killing Embiid. I'm like, yo, he is out there on like, but that's what be what so frustrating. Like, like he missed tonight game, right?
Yeah,
Him and LeBron was out.
yeah.
Like
But
for
He
what?
took on
Like
what
last.
happened?
Look what I was at last week versus Brock Lesnar.
Brock
No,
Lesnar.
Kuzma missed it. He only got 8 rebounds. Oh my
No,
god!
I just look at it. Yo, I just
It just came across my screen. It said 30 points, 8 rebounds.
yo, yo,
They must have took one away.
they
they
must have just took one away then. Cause look,
FanDuel
I'm on the
ain't
score.
shit,
The
yo.
website, the app, the score. FanDuel just cheated y'all. Wait, let me find it. Oh, they did. They took one away. They took one away,
Bruh.
Mark,
Wow.
because it was 87 to 104 when I looked at it. he had 30 points and 9 rebounds. Now the game over. They took a rebound away from him.
What, Mark?
That is
That's
crazy,
crazy.
bruh.
Bobby Lashley
Wow.
versus
I
Brock
probably
Lesnar.
just missed my ticket on
He,
that.
Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar is two
Whoa,
dudes
whoa,
who can't
whoa!
straighten their arms out.
Just read this. Just read this last comment.
Whoa, whoa, pause.
Whoa. Whoa.
Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar are two dudes who can't straighten their arms
Oh,
out.
he at Royal Rumble? He at the
Nah,
Royal Rumble?
nah, he on his Twitch account right now in a kiddie pool.
Yo, you see that? You see what he just wrote, Mark?
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm
he put
looking at my ticket to see if, like, this shit.
yo. I got to screenshot that because we gotta save this for evidence.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong
Uh,
with Brett? Every time I pick this dude, he never get what I need. Like 21, you get 9. Like, come on, bro.
I screenshot it. Mm-hmm. Look, he laughing. He know we caught him. Look at him.
Yo, wait, was he talking about us? Yo,
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, fam. I'm just,
yeah, Mark,
yeah. If y'all,
what you said about AD, right? With AD, one you can't trade AD because he always hurt, so his value is low. Unless he finished the season off and don't miss any more games for the rest of the season, his trade value is low.
Okay.
Like so, his trade value gonna be low. So we need him, right? We need him. We can't trade him. We can't afford to lose out on AD with LeBron being 38. Like we can't afford that.
But you're losing out on him anyway because he's not there.
But if we trade him, we're gonna get 45 cents on the dollar.
Look.
We're gonna end up
Look. The
we're
best
gonna end up
available.
trading AD for a variation of Kyle Kuzma and Kentavious Caldwell Pope. That's what's gonna happen. That's not gonna win us a title because what happens
No,
is
because I think he got some. I think he got some trade value. That's why I was saying what I said. Yo, take that ring that y'all won and use that because you knew that this was gonna happen. And it you know what I'm saying? Because at that time, if he coming off of a ring and you trading him, you gonna get the best value for him. You could get at least probably like a star and another piece from
well,
somewhere
I mean,
else.
one that's not the Lakers way, man. People love being Lakers and love coming to LA to be a Laker because once you're a Laker forever. So
Understandable,
we
but
don't do that. Only time we trade our big stars is
bro,
when they on the decline.
and what
That,
I'll do,
that
I got a question for you because you would know this more about this than me because I was kind of confused, right? 'Cause I know they were saying tonight Kyrie got to play but hard inside out, but they was they in Golden State. Like, ain't Golden State how he get to play in San Francisco? Like, I don't like. I thought California was like the
that
strictest,
is
right?
weird. So I there are he might be able to play in San Francisco, but the restrictions are probably crazy. Like he probably can go from his hotel room to the stadium and back. And if they catch him leaving his room for something that's not a team thing, a team activity, they gonna find the team and find him.
yo, but ain't he like?
So why can't every city do that then?
But every city got different restrictions.
But
Every state, every city got different restrictions.
but like, ain't he like
Oh, so that's
good
what
for
they
like
mean by that's what
90
they meant
days or
by
some shit like that? Because he
but
had COVID
is that's
and
what they
then
mean by is that what they mean by like yo just pay this 60K every city or some shit for him to play or something like
Well, well,
that?
Brook, well, in New York, they can pay 60K for him to play, but they're not going to do that because that would be the Brooklyn Nets going against the COVID vaccine mandate. So they're not going to do that because the NBA, Adam Silver's head would explode if the Brooklyn Nets start paying, and because basically they like fuck COVID, fuck this vaccine mandate. We're gonna pay because we need Kyrie to play.
they gonna pay if they go to the championship. I guarantee you that.
Nah, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna put a black. They're not gonna put a black eye on Adam Silver because it makes Adam Silver look bad. He's not gonna do. They're not gonna. He not gonna do that. So that's why they didn't pay it because it's gonna make Adam Silver look bad. So that's why that hasn't happened. It is not going to happen. Kyrie is going to have to go.
I just can't believe I just lost my ticket on the stat adjustment.
Yeah, that's because that's what it was, yo. I'm telling you, I read the stats off to you. and the score was 87, like 104 or something. And then they adjusted it, I guess, once
What?
the game was over.
Yo, this nigga said these dudes are huge.
You ain't
What?
see that?
Yo, no, yo,
But with
That's
Russ,
what we said. Paul, you must have got off.
well,
yeah.
with
No,
Russ
I was looking
though,
at to see if I hit
we
my
can't.
ticket. I that failed.
And I don't know anybody who would take Russ right now. I can't think of a
Nah,
team.
they were saying his contract is too crazy, probably.
Yeah, because they was like at the end of the day, they say Houston would be willing to trade John Wall for Russ. Why we want John Wall? Why we trading one
Well,
superstar?
so Marty he agreed with you because Marty read that and he said, "Yo, what would be the difference if they trade Russ for John Wall?" I said nothing.
That absolutely no. It makes no sense. On top of
This
that,
the
Houston want a
same
first
nigga.
round pick.
Yeah,
Well,
It makes no. It's the worst trade ever. It don't make sense.
that's what I'm
So
telling you.
you
Trey
trade
AD,
you
bruh.
trade Russ is just. I mean, John Wall is just the youngest version, right?
I would rather they took. I, Marty, you gonna like this? I would rather they took AD and Russ and sent them both to Orlando or Oklahoma City or somewhere for half of their team. I would rather they did that. I'd rather they took those two contracts and just trade them away and say, "Give me all your young players." So trade them both to Detroit and bring me back Jeremy Grant and Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, and Isaac Stewart, and all them dudes. Bring back all of them for those two guys. I'd rather they do that because otherwise it don't make sense.
Uh,
Because nobody gonna take
nah,
That
Russ.
it don't.
that's what I'm saying. Like I see, because like LeBron, like that. And this is the knock on him, bruh. Because it's like even though he's still doing his numbers, it's just so hard. Like no pause. Like it's like
T-shirt was good, cuz. Thanks for tapping in.
it's
Hit the
like
like for me, cuz.
these guys it's so hard to like figure
What's
out
good, guys?
how to play around with him, like to play basketball with him, and it
I
shouldn't
mean,
be that
every
hard now.
but every superstar has that. Jordan never played with a dominant big man because he couldn't. Jordan played in the post.
Yeah,
Kobe's beef with Shaq was because Shaq took too much away from Kobe. That's why it was so hard to pair play with Kobe. It had to be somebody. Pau Gasol game was perfectly made to play with Kobe Bryant.
so who do you think right now, who do you think right now can really play alongside LeBron James?
Anthony Davis,
Anthony Davis can't play. Like
he can't stay healthy.
that's
Look,
what I'm saying. So you
listen.
gotta come up with somebody else.
Just watching the games, right? Um, in my opinion, right now, LeBron needs somebody. Like, if I had to pick a young player, some young players, and these is not like top tier young players by any stretch of the imagination. Uh, so watch your mouth about Mike. but I would say this, right? I like just watching the games. I think LeBron could be good for a young RJ Barrett. I think LeBron could be good with. I think LeBron could be good with the Simmons kid from Portland. I think he could be good with Gary Trent Jr. I
Look,
think he would be good with a. I think he needs somebody that's a little bit more
I got one.
like.
oh,
What you think?
Randall. Julius
nah.
he
Randall
Julius
got the ball to. Randall couldn't play with LeBron the first time. That's what.
no, but he was a totally different player that
No,
he
he
is now.
wasn't. No, he wasn't. The only to the untrained eye, everybody said Julius Randle was so different than he was when he was with the Lakers. No, he wasn't. The only difference was he could hit a 3-pointer. Julius Randle was the same player. I used to say Julius Randle was a bigger Draymond Green all the time when he was a Laker because he could take the ball coast to coast, he could pass, he could do a bunch of stuff. The difference was the Knicks had no other options, so they ran the offense through him. So he became a complete focal point. And this year, he a one trick pony. They breaking down because now people don't caught up to them. Wait, I'm looking at the list of the 20 top scorers in the NBA right now. I'll tell you who LeBron can play with: Kevin Durant, uh, Trey Young, DeRozan, Tatum, John Morant, Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Zach
Yeah,
LaVine,
I
Karl
think that
Anthony Towns, Bradley Beal, Jalen Brown, Anthony Edwards, Shea Gillis Alexander. Out of the top 20 scorers, I think LeBron can play with all those guys. I think Greek Freak needs the ball too much. I think Jokic needs the ball too much. I think
that
Embiid, um,
that y'all gonna have to just trade
Harden,
LeBron. Fuck it. That's the
Brandon
best. That's
Ingram.
y'all best bet. That's y'all best bet. I know
I
it's a
We
tough.
have to break.
It's a tough decision, but y'all got to think about y'all team at the end of the
that
day.
I just named 14 out of 20 players. What are you talking about?
That y'all definitely not getting.
But those are stars. You said name stars that can play with
If I got
LeBron.
look, if I got to trade away all these players to get a star, I might as well just trade away my star to bring in another star to play with the
That's
rest of
not
the
how the
guys.
NBA works. You got that's not how the NBA works.
So you can't trade LeBron James right now and bring in somebody that's fire.
Hell no, you don't trade LeBron.
Wow.
The NBA don't work like that, player.
Then you look. I'm gonna just tell you, as a Lakers fan, you in a lot of dark days, brother.
I
Because
got
it ain't
17.
nothing that y'all gonna
I
be
got
able to do.
17 championships. I got 11 championships in my lifetime. I ain't
That's
in those dark days. I'm a
it's
Lakers fan.
coming. No. This
I got a ring that's less than 3 years old. What are you talking about?
yeah, it got a bubble on it.
There ain't no bubble on it. You a hater. You got
Whoa,
hate around your
whoa,
heart.
whoa, whoa! Your rain having a bubble on it is crazy.
You
He's
got a
trying to
That's
say the
bubble on it.
quality is not.
It's a bubble ring. It's all right.
Yo,
nah. That's
I mean, I
disgusting.
mean,
Like
I mean,
at the end of
look,
the day,
range is a sensitive subject for me because I just had to upgrade my wife ring. So
that's because you got real
my
money.
bank account like this. My bank account like this.
You got real money. That's why. Um, nah. Like at the end of the day, like we got AD. We got LeBron. LeBron is declining, but LeBron's second leading scorer in the NBA. He ain't declining that much.
That's why you
It,
got to use that. You got to use him while it's hot. LeBron James is. If he don't win this year, he might retire, bro. He might be done.
No, listen, look, all right, listen.
nah,
All you want to do in rush defense, right? In rush defense, right? I don't know. You probably. I think this night you was cooking because you're first of the group. I don't know if you seen a whole game when y'all played the Sixers, but
nah,
when
because
y'all played the
because
Sixers.
LeBron wasn't playing, so I stopped watching. I ain't watch it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Russ hit so many people. And because when I tell you about that game, I said, yo, the Lakers can't buy a basket. Like
Yeah.
hey, yo, you know how many people he hit wide open the 3 point line? He was doing. I like Reeves. I thought Reeves was like a knockdown shooter. He was just missing. Like Russ hit him with like four straight possessions, wide open the 3 point
No,
line.
because we
Like
needed
he hit
and then it was crazy because we needed Russ to get like 8 assists. He was stuck at 3. And what's it? And
a
Mar was like,
Tisha.
"Yo,
Hey, cuz
he had it if they
hey
just knocked
Tisha.
down the
I hope you
shots."
started that podcast that we talked about.
So
Listen, but Russ is one of the 75 greatest players of all time. So him doing his thing is nothing. Like, but what happens is, did we win?
you said,
No.
did y'all win? No.
No,
But it wasn't his fault though.
we ain't. We haven't. Without LeBron on the court, we can't win. That's the problem.
That's
We
because
got
that's because LeBron James picked the players that he think he could win with, and them niggas are not on the field. I mean, not on the court. So therefore, when you don't got those guys on the court, it can't be Russ' fault that LeBron James picked the rest of those niggas to be on that court.
LeBron picked Russ too, and
I
Love to
know,
hear that,
and
cuz. Just let me know what you got. You know,
everything
I'm a
that he's
tap in and
supposed to
support.
do or that
I,
he's trying to do.
I'm not. You making it seem like I'm blaming Russ. I am not blaming Russ.
No.
Russ is
I'm
Russ.
not saying that. I know you're not blaming Russ. What I'm saying is, if
Russ
Russ
is
is
the
on the
first.
court doing what he
Just let
can
me know
do,
what you got going on, cuz. I'm a support. What I got hit, subscribe
Russ
if
is
to.
if
the
Russ is
first
doing what
Laker
he
since
has to
Kobe
do,
Bryant to score 30 points and a half.
huh?
Russ is doing his thing. In a perfect world, Russ could retire a Laker. because he's from LA and he grew up a Lakers fan. I want Russ going. I wish we could get rid of him by February 10th. We could trade him to Oklahoma City for a bag of nickels. We could trade him to Detroit, to Orlando, any of the teams that are terrible right now. Trade Russ for a bunch of pieces from that
Well,
team.
I don't like the way you just slid that in there.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's all I'm
Y'all niggas
saying.
need to
Like
trade.
Uh,
It's either trade LeBron or trade the nigga that's always hurt. I trade
LeBron,
LeBron. I'm about to start this on my I'm about to start this on my on Facebook. A post. Yo, trade LeBron
Me
campaign.
too, cuz I'm gonna hit you. I got
you
some
you,
fire joints coming
you
up.
can't you
But
can't
yeah,
trade LeBron.
hit me. You
Why?
know, like I want to
Why
buy
would
your
you trade
first couple
LeBron?
pieces. Hit me. I'm
Because
with it. You already know, guys.
it's
You know how we
he
rock.
is about to be going off the lake. How many more years he got with y'all?
So
That's why you get rid of him. You bring in as much pieces as possible.
Russell,
It's team before player. You worried about your team at the end of the day. You can bring in more pieces because somebody will be
what do
dumb.
you mean we worry about the team?
You have to worry about your
Where
team
the team gonna
first.
be at when we get rid of LeBron? What are you talking about?
If you get rid of LeBron and you bring some of those stars, bring a star or two back to the team, your team is set good for years.
Like who?
You just named some of the top players right there that I know that they'll probably give up.
First and foremost, LeBron will retire if he gets traded.
Does it? I don't. Well, we don't know that. You
Yes,
know.
we do. He moved. He came to L.A. because his family wants to live in L.A. His son goes to high school. His kids go to high school in L.A. His wife wants to live in L.A. They live in L. He plays for the Lakers because his wife said, "Hey, I know we live in L.A. sometimes during the summer. I want to live there all the time." So
Hey,
that's why he wants to retire a Laker. He said it. He gonna retire a Laker. So this is it for him. He gonna stay here until it's over. So if you try to trade him, he just gonna retire.
and that's
If
what
trade,
y'all probably need.
why? That
Or
don't
y'all,
make sense.
or let AD go.
Why? None of this stuff. That stuff makes sense.
If
The
you,
only thing that makes sense is
what
to
I'm
get rid of
saying is,
Russ.
if you let AD go, you bring in some more better pieces than what the hell you have already.
What
Maybe
better
y'all can win,
pieces?
huh?
You're not gonna get a better play. You think we're gonna trade AD for a player better than AD?
AD is not playing, so therefore you're not getting what you thinking that you're getting for AD. You're not getting because he's not on the court.
You're not gonna get a better player than AD for AD. It don't make sense to trade him.
So
On
it
top of that, you
makes
keep
sense
talking
Right.
about
to
So hey, why do
it.
what?
It makes sense to keep him
What?
while he not playing. While he's gonna get. He just got hurt. He just
I'm not trading Anthony Davis for Buddy Hill and Marvin Bagley, or for Buddy Hill and Rashawn Holmes. I'm not doing that. It's a terrible move.
if they're playing. If they're playing,
I would rather AD play 56 games a year and dominate than give me Buddy Hill and Rashawn Holmes, who not gonna be able to carry the team next to LeBron.
I don't know. That don't it. I'd rather take the players that's gonna be there.
And who
If you a
I,
guy that
you
scored
keep
50
saying
fucking
that, but
points,
you rather
you
take the players who gonna be there.
you
Y'all gonna lose. Who cares if y'all
but
gonna
this what I'm
lose?
saying. This what I'm saying. Because we had this same argument. We had the same argument about the Embiid situation was when it was Embiid and Simmons, and you said, "Yo, trade Embiid," but
Because
Embiid
they
was
had
fucking
Simmons.
dominating and missing games too. Like that's why I'm saying I don't understand that point. If a guy is
Because I
dominating and you said you could trade him, so cause at Simmons at the time was winning game. You said was winning more games with Embiid not being on the floor. Yo, you could trade him away, and he's dominating, and he's one of the top big men. If he's good enough to be traded away, why AD is not good enough to be traded away if he's missing games too?
well, first and foremost, we had the Sixers at the time had Ben Simmons playing well, and they kept talking about picking between Simmons and Embiid.
Not
I
true.
said
Yeah.
it would be easier to trade Embiid than it would be Simmons. They could trade Embiid because he was playing. He plays well. You talking about trading AD because he hurt? We don't have another superstar to build around. We can't rebuild. LeBron is 37, 38. Is he on? He at the end of his career. So we trade away our 28-year-old star because he got injury concerns for role players to come back and force LeBron to try to carry us to a championship. That don't make sense. It don't make sense. We got LeBron is old and Russ is old. Russ old for a guard, especially a guard whose whole game is built on athleticism. So you want us to get rid of AD and bring in two role players to play with two old guys who can't play together. It makes no sense. Our best bet is to just let LeBron and AD, let LeBron and Russ play out their contracts, trade Russ whenever we can for draft picks or something, and whatever happens in 2 years happens. If in 2 years LeBron retires and we out of Russ's contract and all we got left is AD, then that's all we got left. We can rebuild from there. But right now, it makes no sense to trade AD, especially because he's been hurt. His value is in the garbage right now. So to trade a guy who been hurt, because the only reason to trade him is because he's been hurt. Then what does that do for LeBron? When we trade away AD, what you think that's going to do for LeBron?
LeBron already got halfway. You know,
It just
LeBron
depends
already
on
got one
what you
foot in and
get.
one foot in
It
Malibu.
depends on what you can get out of him, out of the trade. That's what I'm
You
saying.
think LeBron gonna okay a trade for AD?
He ain't gonna have no choice. It's either he ain't gonna have no choice.
What are you talking about?
He don't.
You just said
What I'm
he
saying,
handpicked the roster.
it depends on what
You
is
just
coming
said he
back in.
handpicked the roster.
What
You think they trade Anthony Davis without LeBron walking into Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss's office and going, "Hey, I want AD gone."
But this is the problem. What the problem is, what you're saying right now is he has too much fucking pull. He has too much fucking
He
pull, and
one of
it's
the
about the
three
team.
greatest.
It's not even the Lakers no more. We just should call it. We
He
should call
wanted.
it the
He
LeBrons.
is one of the five greatest players in the
It doesn't
history of
fucking matter.
basketball.
It doesn't matter.
Every superstar has pull on their team.
Yes, but no. Every superstar has pull, but not this much fucking pull.
What are you
He's
talking about?
able to do
You think
whatever the
Kobe
fuck
didn't
he
have
wants to
pull?
do. Huh?
That's not how the NBA works. Chris Smith, J.R. Smith's brother, played for the Knicks for a whole year just to make J.R. happy. What are you talking about? And that's J.R. Smith. That ain't
What
LeBron.
you're talking? I'm talking about. He's at the. Is it your historical fucking franchise who is worried about the future? Y'all letting this man who just fucked. You just said he fucked up by bringing all these guys in there.
I
Now
did not.
he can't.
No,
You
I
did say
didn't.
that.
You said that.
No,
I
you
said the
said
Russ
that. I
trade
never
was.
said.
I said the Russ move was a bad move. That's the only move I said was a bad move. I defended the other moves.
You said that they were older guys and that they not playing.
No, I
Right?
didn't. No.
You said that they're not even playing. You said Kendrick Nuns ain't play yet. You said
Kendrick Nunn not an older guy. I didn't say. I said
you
he the
said
only
he
one who
not
didn't play.
playing. He hurt. You said
Who?
that Kendrick Nunn. You said
He the
Kendrick
only
Nunn
one who
not
I said was
playing,
hurt.
and Trevor Ariza is old and not playing, or hasn't
Trevor
even played
Ariza is
yet.
playing. I said Trevor Ariza missed a bunch of games. I said Kendrick Nunn still ain't played, but he not old. Kendrick Nunn 25.
So you telling me? So if y'all just trade away Russ, y'all gonna win?
It depends on what we bring back. If we had health on
What's the
our
ideal? What's the ideal trade for you and Russ? For Russ?
Yeah.
Buddy Hill and Rashawn Holmes,
No, that'd be dope. I mean, if
we
y'all,
bring.
in case y'all wondering how I afford this screen, that somebody hit me up and paid me for our content, but y'all gonna see that later in the blog.
What?
I just realized that's a whole screen in the back.
Don't worry about what's going on over there. Ain't no money rolling in.
There's money over there. There's money
I
upstairs.
know,
But all I'm saying
but
is what happens is one, the NBA don't operate like that. The NBA ain't the NFL, right? In the NBA, when you got a top tier player, that top tier player gets to say so. When you got one of the 75 greatest players of all time, he gets to say so. As a Laker, we now
y'all
have
got two. Oh, eight. I
we
got
got
three of them, right?
three.
What's the AD one?
Yes, we got three of the four. We got Melo too. We got four of the 75 greatest players in the history of basketball.
And
If
y'all fucking losing.
But you still got to act. We losing because of injuries and because Russ don't fit. Russ don't fit. Russ ain't LeBron ain't the only player in NBA history to ask for other players, ask for a player to be traded that he likes, and team don't win because of it. It happens. But when you got a player of LeBron's caliber, you got to get him some say so over who he play with. It happens.
That's an indictment on LeBron, man.
It's not an indictment on LeBron. It's players in general.
Russell, Russell.
Michael Jordan went to the Wizards. They had Rip Hamilton, who had just had a good year. They had Ben Wallace. They had a bunch of players. And he said he didn't want none of them. He wanted Jerry Stackhouse. Get me Jerry Stackhouse. So what they do, they trade all those guys, bring in Jerry Stackhouse. The Wizards lost in the first round of the playoffs. They built the Pistons a championship team. So
Mm.
Uh, that was that's
superstar players
it.
do it all the time.
But
That
again,
was Jordan's fault.
that was thank you. You said that's all I'm saying. Like that's that nigga's
Superstar
fault. Y'all, but
superstar players do that. Superstar players have a command over who they want to play with.
and that's what I look. To each his own, brother. I'm just saying that's where the problem at. Cause these
Well, how's
motherfuckers
that the
don't know
problem?
shit. They don't be knowing shit.
Well, how's that the problem? The NBA have been like that for
You
years.
just said, look,
I mean, because it worked both ways, right? It worked both ways, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because that year in Cleveland, LeBron switched his whole team mid-season. Everybody gave LeBron credit for making the championship with a team that he just had mid-season, but he was responsible for changing that whole roster mid-season. But now he gonna get the detriment to, oh nah, nigga, you destroying the team.
Because what happens is
Like,
when free agency comes, if you Russ, you AD, you Greek Freak, you whoever, you can go, hey, my man want to come play, and they go, your man who? Joel Embiid want to come play, so he wants you to make a deal to get Joel Embiid. This what happened with James Harden. KD said, I want Harden. KD and Kyrie agreed they wanted James Harden. You had to go get him. When Kawhi Leonard said, I'm going to sign with the Clippers, y'all better get me Paul George, they had to go get him. That's how the NBA works. The superstars go, nah, I want to play with that player. Whether it's a role player or another superstar, if I say, if I'm Kawhi Leonard and I go, I'm going to come to the Clippers, but I need Paul George to come play with me. They find out if Paul George is okay with it, and if that's what Paul George wants, now we got to figure out how to get him because Kawhi Leonard wants to play with him. That's
yo,
how the NBA works.
so if it come across your screen that AD is being traded, are you gonna be upset at LeBron?
No, what happens is I'm not I'm a Lakers fan. Player like we come from championship metal. We used to winning rings. So if a trade happens and we got to go through a rebuilding, we gotta go through a rebuilding. I
So
won a champion.
why you arguing with me then?
Because you telling me to trade AD. I'm not trading AD. It don't make sense.
So if
And you
LeBron
told me to
say that
trade
he want to trade
LeBron.
AD, if LeBron say he want to trade AD, you ain't gonna have a problem with it, but you got a problem with me saying that and trade AD?
You ain't LeBron.
Don't fucking matter.
If LeBron want to trade AD, LeBron already done worked out the deal. He
Yo,
know who he
you
want.
know what y'all sounded like? Some fucking LeBron groupies. And y'all said y'all wasn't gonna be that. Y'all said y'all was good. Fuck LeBron. I don't want him on the fucking team. I don't give a fuck. Now y'all got to make every fucking decision. Yeah, I want to hear that shit.
We paid Kobe Bryant like
That's
$40 million, and
That's
he was on
Kobe.
one leg. What are you talking about?
That's Kobe.
This is the Lakers. This is what the Lakers
Bro,
do. We acquiesce to our star. We get a superstar. What do you want? That's why everybody wants to be a Laker. What are you talking about? That's why
yo,
they want to be Lakers.
yo. All I'm saying is
Russ,
Westbrook want to be a
Russ wanted to
Laker,
be a Laker, y'all.
right?
Russ
Y'all
wanted
ain't
to be a
trying to
Laker.
see
DeMar
him
Y'all ain't
like that.
accommodating my
DeMar
man.
DeRozan will not stop talking about how he almost took $10 million to be a Laker. How his feelings was so hurt because he was willing to take $10 million. They pay him damn near $30 million a year in Chicago. He won't stop
Okay.
talking about how he was going to take $10 million to be a Laker because he dying to be a Laker because he wanted to play. He idolized Kobe. He wanted to play in the purple and gold. He wanted to be a Laker.
That
But
nigga Crip, he wanted to be over there in L.A. That's what it was.
He
He
from
from there.
LA. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he from over there. That's why
They
he want
want
to
to
be
be
there. It ain't
Lakers.
because of y'all, nigga.
It is.
Fuck
What are
the
you
Lakers.
talking
I'm
about?
saying,
Just want to say that. He from L.A.
He said that.
I'm
He said he
saying,
want to be a Laker.
I'm saying, if that nigga's gonna take 10 million, y'all should do everything y'all power to convince him to take the 10 million because he out there wilding.
We
He
Exactly.
out there stroking threes and
we could
everything right now.
we couldn't make that trade once we traded for Russ.
Oh,
So
so
they
y'all
traded
fucked
for
up.
Russ instead of DeRozan. That's why I kept telling y'all there are better trades out there. Give me DeRozan.
I told you get ready to what's in there.
All
That's
right, so
what I wanted.
listen. We at the 150 mark. We about to be at 151, right? So look, I'm gonna ask y'all this question: who are your final 8 seeds? Do the Lakers make the playoffs this year?
I think if LeBron and AD healthy, we'll sneak in.
What seed y'all is now?
8.
Hey, yeah.
Yo, I did not know that the Knicks was all the way at seed 12, the 12th seed.
Yeah,
They
they
was
ain't good this
playing
year.
last night and they said, yeah, the Knicks are currently 12th seed. I could have sworn they was doing good. Like,
Nah, they
I
having
mean,
a.
I don't follow like that no more, but
I mean, Atlanta 11th.
Atlanta 11. I mean,
Mm.
but I like in Atlanta defense in the past month or two, they dealt with Trey Young and COVID, John Collins, Deontay Hunter that missed 6 to 8 weeks, Capella that missed games. Like they've been decimated the last 2 months,
I mean, you think
so
they've
I'm
been
not
decimated?
too
The
surprised.
Pacers are 13th, and the Pacers have been terrible. But Brogdon and Sabonis and Levert, they had a ton of players out.
Hey, y'all. Hey, what I do? I just
Yes.
want to tell you, Sean. Now,
Yeah.
if y'all make the playoffs and y'all make the finals, right?
Uh,
Mm.
You better get a fucking, you better get a motherfucking Russell Westbrook jersey dress and put that shit on and look just like fucking Dwayne
Jersey
Wade's
dress.
son. I swear to God, you better.
no, I'm
We
not.
gonna have a fucking problem.
I'm not doing that. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not even getting into that topic about Dwayne Wade and his kid and the jersey, Kobe Bryant jersey dress, because you trying to demonetize Morris' show, and I'm not doing that with you.
I didn't even say nothing. I
I'm
didn't
not
even.
doing that.
I didn't even
It's not.
say nothing, yo.
I'm not demonetizing this man's program. This is a fine program, and I want to be
Yo,
invited back. So I'm
This
not.
a fine
I'm,
pro.
I'm not doing that with you. I'm
Yo,
not doing that with you. You go
yo, you
ahead.
better.
who the what player in the NBA right now that like is a pleasant surprise for you that you most impressed with that you didn't think you see this type of growth pause coming into the season?
Right now, that's a good
Yeah, right
question.
now. Season wise, did you think, oh, yo, he wild and I ain't see him doing all this year? I know what mine is.
Oh,
I'm a, right now. I'm gonna go with John Durant because John Durant to me was always nice and I knew he had the tools, but it's like this year, like he reached another level. Like I'm seeing games where he got 30, 10, and 10, and like I knew like my perception of John Durant was always he could be a dynamic scorer and things of that nature. He probably get 25 points a game, but I didn't see the like this year. He's got games when he pouring on the 30s, but still he having 12 assists and 12 rebounds. Like John Morant done leveled up. He on a completely different level this year from last year. I mean, he is wild.
Nah, that's true.
I mean, I give you
Like
that.
he
Morant,
wild. Like
his numbers are going through the roof. I give you that. He has blossomed into something else. Uh, I don't know. I'm thinking now because that's a good question.
Yeah,
because John Morant is a player that I was surprised at his growth because I didn't see
And
this
it's not
coming.
that I didn't think he had the talent. I knew he had the talent, but I always looked at him to be in between 18 to 22 point scorer, probably 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Like I didn't see like what he doing this year is like why I was completely wrong. You got it.
I mean, I'm trying to think who was having a good year.
Darius.
Um, OG Onanobi was having a really good year, and that surprised me. I didn't expect for him to actually take that step. I thought he was going to be one of those players who was always like his best season would be 14 to 15 a game, and you would just see him as like, oh no, he's he has potential. He's a great lockdown defender. He's a great this. He's a great that. So he was putting up 20 a night. So that was a pleasant surprise for me. I'm trying to think.
I said Darius Garland.
I'm not surprised by
That's a
Darius
great
Garland.
one, cuz.
I wasn't surprised about
Listen,
Garland.
I'm not
No, like
surprised.
from with like watching him, like I knew he, like you said, he had potential. Like he had the, like he got all the tools, but being able to be that young and still come in and just do what he's doing, like
Yo, he got such command of the offense.
yeah, like
Like he really a leader, and it's like I be watching it. Like it be certain teams they be playing with. Like, now they gonna double Darius Garland. And you look at the stats. So he got 25, 16, and 7.
Yeah,
Like Darius Garland is one of them, bro.
yeah,
yeah,
You one of them.
he the real deal. He the real deal. I like Garland. Who else?
who else?
Um, I don't think. I mean, it's not too many players. I could.
Simons.
Oh,
Alfred
Simons.
Simons, yeah,
Anthony Simons. Yeah,
Anthony, yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Anthony Simons has had a really good
On
year.
Portland.
Yeah, he
yeah.
having a really good year. I mean, I feel like
Um,
Who the biggest
uh,
bust this year?
who
Who's the
mm,
like the
Bobby
biggest bust?
Portis.
You said
Bobby
Bobby.
Portis. Bobby Portis having his best year of his career. He's giving them 16 and almost 10 a night, and a block and a half, and shooting three
Mm,
because he been
that's
starting.
your biggest surprise, right?
Yeah, so Bobby Portis surprised. Like, his numbers are surprising.
yeah,
Because Brooke
I
Lopez has
mean,
been hurt.
one of my biggest disappointments this year that I would say like the past 10 games he been turning it up like to what I thought I would be expecting is Kevin Porter Jr. Like if you asked me coming into the season, I would for sure thought he was gonna be north of 20 points a game, 7 to 6. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
yeah,
him and
Like
Jalen
the
Green too.
between.
yeah. Jalen
Kevin
Green.
Porter, yeah, him
Yeah,
and Jalen Green, they both disappointing. I thought they would have been
I
putting
think
up
they
big
trying to
numbers
figure
on
out
the.
how to work with each other, like
Well,
because
they
they
got a
like
rookie coach too, though.
yeah, like they don't know what to really do. Because sometimes I see Jalen Green bringing the ball up, then I see motherfucking Porter he bringing it up, like, and it's like no rhythm. Like when
Well,
that, but that's you
if
know,
you pay attention, even in fantasy, like they'll have one listed at point guard one day and one listed at point guard the next day. Like,
nah,
it, it-
my other one is motherfucking this motherfucker this 380 pound monster
oh, Zion.
Zion.
Zion
Zion.
is fuck it. Like he is a bust, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this
He
shit to
definitely
you
on Buzz
right now.
Boulevard. He on Buzz Boulevard about to pull into the station.
That nigga got a he got a he got a motherfucking transfer on Bus Boulevard right now. Like he out there right now.
Miles Bridges, Mar. That's a surprise.
Yeah, that's actually a good one.
Yeah,
Pleasant surprise.
And yo, all I
yeah.
just want to let you know is that the two, you know what I said. What Mars said, Ja Morant, he on my fantasy, and you said Miles Bridges, he on my fantasy. But go ahead, do your thing. Yeah,
I don't
y'all
like
wasn't ready to
that.
say,
I
yeah.
don't like that.
I think it's crazy how you keep telling us about dudes you fantasize about.
I didn't say
But
nothing about who I fantasize. I said he on
um,
my fantasy
You said he
team.
on your fantasy. You said he on your fantasy. That's what you said.
yeah,
Yo,
yo, that's
that
I mean, I just find it to be crazy. Uh, I mean, everybody else has been. I can't think of anybody else who like been a surprise. Like,
Kyle
oh,
Kuzma is a pleasant surprise. Kyle Kuzma been wild.
Kyle
I'm not
fucking
surprised. Kyle Kuzma. I watched Kyle Kuzma play before LeBron got there, and
yeah.
his first year with LeBron, he was really
He
good.
enwrapped his head into three third overtime. That game gotta be crazy.
And I think Kyle Kuzma got two in his head playing with LeBron, and then when they brought in
Hey yo,
AD, yeah,
what about PJ Washington?
I mean he
He
ain't
a
having an
bust.
amazing year. He having a worse year
Well,
than he
not
was
PJ
last year.
Washington. What's the other nigga name? I forgot. It's the other one. I get them confused. That's the one that be like we working with. What's the name? Not PJ Washington. It's the other one. The small forward.
Miles Bridges. Bridges.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the. I'm thinking about Mikael Bridges. That one
You
that's
got.
on
I think
the
you
team.
got Mikael Bridges
I
on
got
your
Mikael
fantasy.
Bridges. You said Miles Bridges.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's the one I
Miles
was thinking
Bridges.
about. My fault.
Yeah, Miles
He a
Bridges doing
monster.
his thing this year.
Yeah.
They giving him 20 points and 7 boards. He a borderline all star.
Yeah.
You know what I like? You know
Go
what I
ahead.
like? Well, you
Go,
know what I like?
go.
Franz Wagner.
Hey yo.
That
Franz
dude is
Wagner from the
that dude is a
Orlando.
surprise.
Hey yo.
Franz
Hey yo.
Wagner
Yo,
was a
I don't put
surprise.
it. I ain't gonna tell you. I don't put in like 15 different trade scenarios for him this year. Sid would not let that dude go, bro.
Hey yo. Hey yo.
And this when he
Like
was getting
true.
hot. I'm like, yo,
Lance. But why do go let that go? But you telling somebody
what?
who you like, which is Fred. Okay, cool. You picking out a lineup like he
Uh,
at a brothel.
Yeah. Oh, shit, wow. Yo, Marv,
wow.
staying with Orlando, you know who also surprised? Cole Anthony.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
18, 6, and 6.
But you
That's
know
just
what?
He
Yeah,
fell off
yeah.
though.
I don't look at him as a surprise though, because I knew Cole Anthony was going off last year. It's just Cole Anthony problem is he got the talent and he'll do shit with like he had game 29, 8 and 8 and all that. But like his problem is he always seemed to catch an injury at the wrong time.
Hmm.
When
well,
he
his
got missed 3 weeks.
consistency. I didn't think that he would be
Yeah,
able to sustain 18, 6, and
he
6 for a
nice
whole
though.
season yet. Like I didn't think he was ready for that, and that was a pleasant surprise.
Hey
But
yo,
Franz,
what's up?
Orlando in a good situation.
Yo,
yeah,
what's up with what's the tall kid? Michael Porter Jr. Is he still hurt?
he done for the season.
Uh
He's
damn,
He
back.
he hurt his back. He was done for the season. He been out.
damn. Ain't that crazy that he done and then that was Boy. If Bobo was still there, he could have had that opportunity.
They
He
still
well,
wasn't giving him the opportunity.
they weren't giving Bobo playing
But
time. Bobo
why?
was
Like
there.
what is it? Like what he'll understand the offense or some shit? Like
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
I
they
don't get that. Yo, that nigga talented as hell.
they ain't feel like he fit. They start giving more time to Jalen to Jeff Green. Jeff Green and they got Jamichael Green. They brung in DeMarcus Cousins. They start playing small. They moved Aaron Gordon to the four. They was doing everything they could to make up for Porter being gone.
Yo, this might be my highest view live of all time. At one point, we got up to like 8 viewers at one time. So I don't know who. Like, it don't tell me who's watching, so I could talk to them unless they
Mm-hmm.
comment. So
Oh, got you.
appreciate that. We going that's 2 hours and 3 minutes strong though. So somebody gonna tap in.
The guy who didn't surprise me with his growth was
Paul.
Anthony
Paul.
Balls. Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
I knew Anthony Edwards was.
But
I was
no,
telling y'all
but
Anthony
yeah, like
Edwards was gonna
we
be.
discussed that we thought that was gonna happen anyway.
Well, that's why I took him early. LeBron's numbers do surprise me. 29 a game, that surprised me with LeBron. I was thinking he's gonna be 24, 25. Because
I think I,
Russ's numbers are a disappointment. Because I thought Russ was still gonna be getting 20, 23. So
But your points always go
I,
down when you play
I, I
with
think I think I
superstars.
think LeBron when LeBron came back, I think LeBron was more on some. I think LeBron was more on some.
I want to make the playoffs.
Okay, let's bring the beat back. Y'all think it's over? Let me show you something. Like I think he more like. motivated because how y'all season going.
Yeah, he should be. I wish they was all that motivated.
But I think Lamelo been impressive, of course.
Yeah, I didn't even
I
want
I
to
mean,
think
bring
that
him
didn't
up because
surprise
that would
me.
just that was a given.
Jalen Brunson having a really good year.
No, look, we were just talking about it. DeRozan, what he doing over there,
Yeah. Nah, he
man,
having
that
a
team is
throwback year.
impressive.
DeMar DeRozan having a throwback year.
Yeah, like they
Yo,
wilding.
I say DeRozan, another one of the dudes that knocking him with his mid range. I seen him pulling up for threes and everything. He on a
Yeah.
different level this year.
Yeah,
He on
yeah.
a different level.
Um, the DeRozan having a throwback year.
I
Memphis,
still think Golden State won the champ.
Oh,
I
Golden
I
think
do
State
Golden
was
too.
State
going to
wins the
win the
championship.
championship anyway, bro.
I got, I got, I got Golden State versus Milwaukee in the finals right now.
Cause Clay just now getting back into being Clay, and then you still got like a lot of people don't understand the difference from upgrading Kevon Looney and them to Wiseman in the fucking playoffs.
It's going to be crazy.
What
Yeah.
are you gonna do with that lineup? You got you got Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Wiseman, Draymond. What are you about to do with that?
Well, I mean, that team is so stacked because what's
With
the
Poole coming off the bench,
pool?
you got
What's
they
Otto
got some
Porter?
weapons, bro.
Otto Porter coming
Otto
Otto
off the
Porter.
Porter,
bench,
like it's crazy.
and then
Yeah.
that
It's
young.
crazy. I don't
Then they got role players. They still got Iguodala. They got Toscano.
Kaminga, the rookie.
Hmm.
That boy Kaminga is all athleticism and talent. Like he don't know how to play yet. He just and then he had crazy games sometimes just off of athleticism. You'll turn around. He had 25 points and 4 blocks and 2 steals last night. You like how many minutes he played? He played 18 minutes. Like he's so talented. Um, Desmond
Yeah,
Bain from Memphis. He was a surprise. He giving him 18 tonight.
Hey,
I
yo,
didn't
that's
think he was gonna be that
crazy.
good that
Yo,
quick.
that's crazy.
he
And
going great.
pause because that guy's on my fantasy too. But whatever.
Yeah,
On my fantasy too.
Marty be having like Marty got like
Weird
Marty
fantasy.
on like a whole like gentleman's club over there.
Yeah, he got a lot of
I
he got
said
a lot of
pause.
fantasy.
So y'all, I
Got a lot
said
of
Yeah,
dudes.
I'm
pause.
a Marty new name in fantasy. You want to change? Yeah, why do change his team name to Dollar Bill?
Dollar bill. Yeah.
It's money
It's money
His
upstairs.
money
upstairs.
upstairs.
Yeah, you got all the players over there.
But
You got all of
we talking about Kuzma. I knew Kuzma was gonna have a rebound year. Um, I actually
don't mention Kuzma fucking rebound tonight. I don't hear that.
Oh shit.
I like he started off a little slow, but he got better as the season went on. Spencer Dinwiddie is surprising me that he having a bad season, especially because I took him in like the third round in fantasy because I thought he was ready to come back, but I guess not. Um, I mean, I guess that's it.
It's all right.
Yo,
Yeah.
y'all trying? I mean, I don't know what y'all gotta do early tomorrow, but I don't know what time the first game is. Y'all trying to run it back early tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Uh,
I'll be doing that.
I'm assuming that they got like the first game maybe 3 o'clock. It's championship, so first game gotta be three, next game 8. Some shit.
Some
yeah,
shit
something
like
like
that.
that.
I don't know.
Yeah. I
Well,
already
here,
know who gonna win, but yeah.
I should be good for that. I'm trying to think. I ain't going nowhere. It's
All right,
freezing inside,
if
man.
you keep if y'all keep wondering, y'all too spicy. If you keep wondering why I keep ducking my head out of the camera because my wife went out and she came back and she bought me
You
a
with the
seafood
glizzy?
boil. So
I,
I would
I
I
swear
would
to God, I was
I
just about
would
to ask you, was you eating shrimps over there or some shit like that? Because
Nah,
you
yeah
he got
was
yeah.
pulling that shit
he
with
got
2 hands. I'm like, nah.
nah. He got a bunch of little glizzies.
Yeah, he probably got some kielbasa sausages in there, some shit like that.
Nah.
And and,
I gotta see.
and his
I was
kielbasa got
feeling.
cheese on the
Listen,
inside of it.
Yeah, you got the white
no,
sauce to
listen.
dip in.
I was feeling shrimp. I was feeling shrimps. Listen, the one thing that wasn't gonna happen on this live tonight was me pull something out the bag. I said, whoa," and I'm like, oh shit, let me end
Hey,
this shit.
yo, he got crawfish over there. He mad. He keep
He
dipping under because he want to suck the head.
he would have sucked the head.
All right,
Yeah,
good night, y'all. We gonna end this on that note.
gotta enjoy your crawfish, man.
He trying
I,
to act like he from New Orleans.
I don't even know what crawfish is,
Nigga
bro.
ain't
I
never
don't
been
know. You
down
Now,
there.
know,
Then
man,
it's like,
enjoy.
nah, that's how you supposed to do it.
Now enjoy your
I'm gonna tell you a
kielbasa,
true
man.
story. I'm gonna tell you a true story. She was on her way to the spot and she asked me
Did you
what you
want
wanted.
extra
I said
kielbasa?
shrimp. She's like that. She said what like that's it. You just want shrimp. I was like, what else come with it? Like I don't. Like just give me shrimp some things. You know what? And she just bought me a big ass bag of shrimp because I ain't with all that clams and
It's
I
like
don't eat.
the
I'm
bag
not a
of
seafood
shrimps.
lover.
Is you told her to give you extra sausages
They in a separate bag, Marty.
yeah.
The kielbasa in a separate bag. Soon as this live is over,
He about to tear that shit up
yo, look, what he gonna do is he got a whole link, right? He gonna wrap the link around his neck and
like a fucking Cuban link.
like Scooby Doo. He gonna
Yeah, that's fucking
Listen,
crazy, yo.
yo, yo, go for
listen. This is
y'all enjoy
all
your
I've been
Scooby
eating
snacks,
tonight.
man. Enjoy your Scooby snacks,
That's it.
man.
Yo, do your thing, bro.
Y'all do your thing, man. We not
Yo,
judging you.
Warriors beat next 110 to 106. Kyrie had 32, 7 and 7. Wiggins had 24.
All star,
Kyrie went off tonight.
all
32,
star
7 and 7.
starter Andrew Wiggins had 24.
hmm
Yeah.
I mean, we got 212, man. We about to end this. We tapping back in tomorrow.
Enjoy your
One
kielbasa.
time we see what time the game started, we tap back in.
All right, enjoy your kielbasa.
Yo, do your thing.
I
Y'all do your
mean,
thing. Hey, Marty,
Marty got them big ass anacondas over there.
make the money. Don't let the money make you. Dollar bill.
Dollar bill.